I'm really excited to play this game. Neither me nor Momo have ever played it before, so it's gonna be super fun. We're back for VNDegens Season 2, kind of. And we're gonna play Doki Doki Literature Club, and I'm saying nice things because Zoran told me to. Yee!
Yay! We're doing the thing.
Yay!
Yay!
Doing the thing. Now I gotta wait. Oh my gosh.
That came up well, unlike you.
Oh. Excuse me?
Huh?
Oh, I didn't know I was gonna have to beat ass today, Remy.
What?
No, listen. Fucking try me. You can't get in my house. My house is a castle.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm. Damn straight. I have like 2 things to. Actually, the big issue I got right now is if I turn around, this room is quite big.
Whoa!
I need to put like desks and like foam in here because this room is too big.
Wow,
I'm
what
talking.
a problem.
Wow. Oh my God.
Yeah, it kind of is when you need to do good audio and sound. When you need to just
humble
blast
brag.
people's
Yeah,
ears
just
away.
bragging about his big
Yeah,
giant play
geez.
space. Oh my
Wait,
God.
does that make Remy a princess if you live in a castle?
I'm about to make him Sleepy Beauty in a second, little bitch.
Makes me
Baby
prince.
princess.
Come on. No, I'm not a princess. I'm not a princess.
You're
not.
Who are you
Little
playing again? What
princessy.
character are you playing?
I'm playing the best character who is the least like a princess. Why would you say that?
Well, what's her name then? I forgot. What's her name?
Very much.
I'm playing Natsuki. believe.
Natsuki? Is that the pink-haired
Yep.
girl?
Yes.
She looks like a princess.
She is the exact opposite.
She's totally a Hime type. Look at her.
Okay,
no,
fair
okay.
enough.
Listen,
I'm
listen.
excited about my girl. She looks so cute. Look at her in the beginning.
I hate that I just googled my character and one of the top results is Natsuki Doki Doki Literature Club age.
Pretty sure they're all in high school, but okay.
It
My
also
girl looks
clarifies
so
that
cute and
everything's
happy
over
and
18.
So adorable.
Bum, 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 bum.
Oh, hi.
Jesus. Woof. Woof.
You do anime head dogs.
God, you're giving me flashbacks when I was a fucking dog.
For
I
people
hate it.
who
I
would
forgot-
not
I
have
forgot
context
what
of that,
happened.
Lauren, there would be a lot of different images popping in people's heads.
I remember that time I was a dog.
Oh my god.
I'm having flashbacks.
Jesus Christ. Stop grapefruiting your
Oh, what was this?
Remy, please.
I didn't say anything. What did you go for me? What?
You're just a target today, man.
Yeah.
Where are you fucking why?
Good morning.
Can we just
Remy.
get Buffsiki? Can we just get every time Natsuki appears on screen, just give me Buffsiki instead with a PNG, and I'll just voice that.
Alright, Zoran, get the
If I-
PNG.
Brother.
Read some manga with me. Yeah.
There's a puppy underneath me. Hi, baby. You come back. I put his puppy bed underneath my desk. So he has a place to lay down, but I
What's
want
your-
him to go eat. Go eat your
What's your-
food.
Let's see. Yeah, I found it.
Ba-da-ba.
I found it. It's okay. Let's see. This thing.
There we go. Sorry, I'm just shit posting about stripping and Whoops' characters. There we go.
Stripping.
Man. I can't talk to that man anymore. He's an ex-Yogs cast. Can't talk to him.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah. I did actually get. Okay, hold on. Hey, Whiskey Projects here. How you doing, Whiskey? Sorry. I was gonna say I did get an email. So it's completely. It's okay. This is gonna be a weird thing to try and like explain without making it sound too bad. But like, it's a Yogscast email, internal stuff, and the reasoning was pretty good, but the wording in the email was like as always, we recommend not socializing or recording with ex-members of the Yogscast. And I am aware in the email it's specifically referring to a few people who got kicked out of the Yogs, but I like the idea it's just like, oh god, I'm in the fucking Jehovah's Witnesses now. Or I'm like, we're the cult. Oh, you're an ex-Yog? I can't talk to you. You've been excommunicated out of the Yogs. I'm sorry. Oh no. I've just realized that they couldn't hear you on the stream. Okay, it's fine. I'm talking to myself. I've been talking to myself for like 10 minutes. I'm so smart.
So literally, you have just solo voice lines yelling and screaming that you're not a princess.
Oh shit!
Why did no one pick up on this yet? Why did no one mention this when I was shouting I'm not a princess? Genuinely, no one in chat mentioned anything until just now.
They just think it's normal at this point. So you apparently have set a precedent.
Wait, you
People are just used to your insanity. They're like, okay, this is fine.
Like, oh, he thinks he's a princess again. It's okay.
Thank you for being the one to speak up and being like, maybe this isn't the thing.
Well, as a reminder, because I'm reminding myself to mute thine phone.
Oh, thank you.
Thing.
People
My phone
keep their phone on ringer? What the hell?
I mean,
Yeah,
I use
only
it for
have
the
a light
alarm
open.
because, I had to wake up.
Well, I can still have it silent and have the alarm going. I don't have any alarms.
Thank you,
I don't have
Healing,
any
for your
alarms
subscribbles.
anymore until it's
Let
time
me say
to
thank you. I'm sorry. Because it's really hard to say thank you.
I think I'm good
with
with
stuff like this.
I'm having officers who would design me princess dresses now.
For your 5
I need to actually
Thank
get
you,
my
Rat
character
Mobile, for your
first, please.
2,000
Come on.
bits.
Yes.
And thank you again, Healing,
Before
for
you
your
put him in a
1,000
dress,
bitteronies.
please.
And also, in your additional 100.
I don't know why I'm going
bitteronies.
character. It's just me.
Also, thank you, the RX, for
me.
your
Please
subscription.
don't put
Time
me
for
in
Uwu
dress.
Kawaii Waifu Babes.
Remy and
Thanks so much,
dress.
Rat Mobile, for your
No,
1,000
not what I said.
bitteronies.
Please?
Again. And then for your subscribble. Like, hey-yo!
Please.
Thank you so much, everyone, for your subscribble to your Ratmobile for your 200 biddies. I need to get back to yelling at them, but I was like, oh god. Dutch Glorious, thank you so much for your subscribble. Thank you so much, Ratmobile, for your 200 additional bitteroonies. Yeah, thank you guys so very much. I greatly appreciate it. Hopefully we have a really, really good time and read some anime together. Sorry, I was thanking people.
I had some of my chat say Princess Remy, no Princess Rim Shop.
It's a royal custom, all right.
It's a royal.
Uzu turned into a boy. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you, Jamie, for the 1,000 bitteroonies. Hopefully, just for you, I'll try not to do the Kurobara voice.
Things.
It's new or the old? It's the new one, but
You're such a fucking
guys,
gremlin.
yeah, this is. And so people in my chat, this is we're gonna do the old Doki one first because the new stories are apparently their own side stories we select, I think. But we'll find out. But this should be the plus one. Just so no one else gets spoiled. People in my chat, if someone has played through this, I don't know if like the plus stories or whatever integrate with the main one seamlessly or not. Or if it's just here's the base thing and then the things extra you have to go back and go play. But yeah. I'm not 100% sure, but also, thank you again, Heathen,
Oh no.
for your 1,700 bitteroonies, man. Thank you so much for your generosity. Why are you sobbing? Why the fuck do you sob in my presence?
Who is so?
Sorry. People are putting me in addresses, and I thought.
I asked chat
Finally.
to make banner of you in a dress.
The ritual is complete.
Please.
No. Zoran, do you want me to tell you about the whole like base game versus side stories thing? How it actually works?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so the base story is unaffected by plus. So
Okay.
the base story is the base story, and then plus is all the extras that got put on.
Okay, that's fine. It helps them gain context, so when we do this plus stuff, they can appreciate it more. And it'll be fun to see them go through it. And thank you again, Heathen, for the 5 additional gifted subroonies. Thank you so much, Dutch, for your 100 bitteroonies. Sorry, we're waiting for Momo to get herself situated. So she's currently doing her pre-stream, but we get ready for ours. So sorry, I'm thanking folks or whatever. One day, since all of us have VTuber stuff now, except Remy, and when Remy eventually gets corrupted,
What's up?
we could totally like once.
Actually, I was planning on getting some VTuber stuff, but it's not for the reason you think. There's a pixel artist. There's a pixel artist who is really, really, really good. And I wasn't going to get like a VTuber. I was going to get a. So you know those old like Warcraft 3 and stuff, like all those old RTSs.
Yeah.
When someone talked in the
boxes.
Yeah, the talking boxes. So I just wanted to have that for a specific stream. But things be a while off because every time their commissions open, it closes 30 minutes later.
Damn.
And I'm like, oh wow, I wish I was awake. Thanks. God damn it. Oh man.
Yeah, that'd be cute if we all had our like little avatars and shit.
My avatar would not look like yours. It's not gonna be a cute little anime. Don't worry.
I mean, mine isn't really anime. Mine's like a different style, so it's fine.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, that's right. You
Disney
changed your style,
princess.
didn't you? You got Disney princess.
Yeah. Can have different styles.
Her eyes horrify me.
Your eyes horrify me.
I know they do.
What? That's not very nice.
I know, right?
Oh, nice to finally meet you, Momo. How you doing?
Well,
Yeah, who are you?
Who are you?
Who
Wow!
am I?
Who am I?
You're someone great.
Yes.
Yes.
Tipsy.
Okay. Just to make sure, is the game audio balanced for everyone? Is everyone okay with it?
Turn
Just
it
to be
down
louder?
probably a little
Okay.
bit.
Do you
Probably a
know
little
who
bit.
I am? I am.
Cock.
That's who I am.
I'm sorry. You can probably turn the sound volume up a bit because I don't think there's that many sounds in the game as
Yeah.
far as I recall, but like the music is
yeah.
pretty constant.
Okay, I see what you mean.
Sorry, I'm just trying to ignore what Momo was doing.
Not
What?
a button.
Bitch!
Not a button. Okay. Not a button.
Okay, I'm looking at my DVC. Is this a general okay
God.
volume for everybody? For
Yeah,
everyone's chats, everyone's
I
kind
might,
of balanced.
I think
Smidge
so.
up there.
I might bring it down a little more on my end. That's fine.
Yeah, I just
Yeah,
adjusted
it-
on my end.
Yeah, it is pretty loud here. I'll
There
just
we
do
go.
that. There we go.
Okay.
Okay.
It's one of those games where it's
yeah.
the volume scaling isn't set right, so all of the volume is controlled in like 10% of the slider.
Yeah. I was looking at my DB volume. And usually I should hit like around minus 30,
Not a
35.
button.
Nutter butter.
Same, Momo.
Don't worry about it.
I heard nutter butter and I
You-
got hungry.
You talking
I wanted
about nut butter?
nutter butters?
What's a nutter butter? Please inform
It's
me.
like a
You know what a
chocolatey-
nutter butter is?
It's a chocolatey treat with a wafer in the middle.
Wait, is that what a nutter butter is?
Yeah.
I've literally. You don't know what a nut
That's-
butter is, clearly.
I thought they
It's
were.
the-
Sure. No,
It's the
I'm
Christian
pretty
description of it.
Sure. Hold on. Nutter.
Wait, oh, that's. Oh,
butter.
wait, is there a different? Wait.
Oh wait,
No,
I'm thinking
no,
of
I'm
something
messing with
else.
you now.
Nutter butters are the
God damn
peanut
it,
butter
Zip.
thingy. Oh, they're the peanut butter cookies.
Yeah,
What
they're
am I
the peanut
thinking
Oh
of?
no!
am I
Look,
thinking of?
I don't do peanut butter X whatever. Like,
What?
no, I hate them. Like Reese's cups. No, get them out of there. Like, ugh.
Reese's cups.
You get candy
No.
corn for
Beat 'em up,
Halloween,
beat 'em
you
up.
sick bastard.
Do Halloween, you fool! This is Australia.
Everyone does Halloween.
No, we don't. It's such an American holiday.
I hate you.
Deal with it.
Okay, is everyone generally okay?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's a strong question to ask, but
Can I get some volume checks? Top
Hi, I'm
seven.
Hello.
Lucia.
It's
Here,
not
we
Nice to
can-
on
meet
the
you.
top.
My name is.
here, we can
okay.
do this. Lauren, go ahead and speak.
Hi, I'm Lauren. Welcome. Hello.
Thank
That was
you.
kind of loud. Hi, I'm Lauren. Hello.
All right, Remy.
Hello, how are you doing? My name is Remy. Hi.
All right, Uzu.
Konbanwa minasan. Watashi wa Uzu yoroshiku.
And I am now talking in the normal speaking voice as I say 777 to adjust for my peak.
Perfect. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Wonderful.
Yay.
All right, Momo, your
Yay.
turn.
Ah!
All right, it's a little fucking loud. I'm gonna fucking.
Okay.
Hello, it is Momo. Thank you for.
Why are you so quiet?
Why does it
Yeah, you-
sounds like your
you need to
answering
boost-
machine?
Yeah. For me, you need to boost
Hello,
yourself
this is
up by like
Momo. I'm sorry you couldn't get to the phone right now. Please leave a message after the beep.
777.
My dog farted.
777. Wait, what?
My dog's farting.
Please.
Does your dog ever just like come like near you and then fart and then go away?
No, he lays right up. He lays right underneath my desk, and then as he's like, sleeping, he just lets it rip. And then they're silent ones, so you don't know when it's coming till you sniff.
Oh god.
Oh no.
I really enjoyed eating my breakfast a few moments ago. Thanks.
Yeah, how's that cereal, Remy? How's it going? Good morning, by the way.
Morning.
awesome. Does everyone, just to make sure for everyone, does everyone hear Momo okay, or should we ask Momo to boost up?
7.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry not
Seven.
to talk like you're not there, but it's supposed to
7.
just for everyone else's stream.
7.
7.
7.
7.
Yeah,
7.
7.
7.
7.
7.
Yeah,
7.
Momo, go
7.
ahead and boost yourself up by like 15% if that's okay.
7.
I have you on 200% on Discord.
7.
People are asking us why we're not playing a plus version.
What?
So as it was explained by actually, Remy, you go and explain it.
Okay. Well, hi, I'm Remy. And my project today is the main reason is that the main game is the main game is untouched in the plus version, and the plus version has basically got the side stories we can go play. But neither Momo nor Lauren have any idea about Doki Doki at all, so we're playing the main game. Oh, I think Zoran hasn't played it either. I think Uzu, you know more though.
I never played, but I
never
do.
played it, but she knows.
Yeah, I
what's
know.
going on,
I know.
right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Zoran, I think have you ever played it or?
I have played
Or-
through it, but it's been such a long
Okay.
while. But I'm on the same
Okay.
battlefield as Zuzu.
So in that case, it's Lauren and Momo who's never touched it before.
Hi, yeah. We've never played this game
El
before.
no sabe.
Hello.
Woo!
Easy.
I'm
How
so
do I sound
excited.
now? How's my voice now?
Fantastic.
You sound amazing.
I punch you in the arm.
I'm just excited because
Wow.
I've heard so much about this game, and like I hear like Monica all the
And it'd
time,
be
and I can't wait to
streamed.
play.
I want to make sure that there ain't gonna be no titty pops, and if there are,
No, there
there's no
aren't.
sacred text.
No,
Yeah,
no,
there's
there's
no
no, there's no
nudity
nudity.
Okay,
It's
No, unless
wholesome
you
in
go
that regard.
on
It's a
the
family-friendly
other
game?
pages.
oh,
There
the
is
sacred
like
texts.
yeah, if there is like some unofficial sacred text I'm sure we can find, but the official stuff is not titty popping. No.
There's a dog hair on my lip.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Stop
I
kissing
You
your
got a
dog.
dog mustache.
Well, no. Okay, so when I play first-person shooters, like, I'm not competitive. Like, I'm not competitive. Like at all. Okay? I'm just not.
You sound so confident.
But when I play, I bite my lips. Like, I just bite my bottom lip so much. Because I'm just like, let's fucking go. I'm gonna get
So
this.
pensive.
Yeah, not competitive at all.
Or, like, I stick my tongue out and, like, I end up, like, chafing
What the
my
fuck?
bottom lip.
Ah, gal, when you're fucking clutching a match. Nice.
And, like, I end up biting my bottom lip. So I put on, like, chapstick for it. And I just went, and then, like, I felt the dog hair land on my lip. And I'm like,
Oh.
like it instantly just went, and
I like the
pulled
roundabout
off.
method this story took. My god.
I had to explain why my lip was chafed in the first place.
Did you really?
Did
Could you
you?
not have just said my lips are chafed? Like, could you not have just said that?
I mean, that's kind of without context. I get it. I do. No, fair enough.
You
wanna play the game?
Yeah, we should probably play the game. Let's play the game.
Just like talking to
I
everybody.
mean, I guess. Like, whatever.
Well, I
Okay.
suppose
You
I
sound
can
so
play video
excited,
game with
Momo.
you.
Okay, I
Video
will.
game.
Alright. Let's go
I guess I'll
play
take
the
money
game.
to play them. Ugh.
What's our name?
What's our name?
We have to enter our name.
Chad.
Can we have like?
I think this is actually
Degens.
We are Chad.
this is the protagonist's name.
We are
But
Chad.
You guys,
I like
so-
Degen. Degen works.
Degen.
I'm good with Degen or
Our name
Chad.
is Degen.
This is bullshit.
Wait, Degen or Chad? You want to
Degen.
be? I mean, Momo really wanted Chad.
It's fine. It's just Degen's not a name.
That's true. Okay, do we want Zoran to be Chad? Because he's the one being the pro tag,
A
right?
very Chad voice.
Okay.
Really, just to help you out, it's
Wait,
Wait,
fine.
his name
It's
just could be
gonna-
pro tag.
Pro tag.
That would be really funny, actually.
Just make his name pro tag.
Yes, Pro Tag.
Pro
Yes.
tag.
Oh, sorry.
Make his name Pro Tag.
His name
Yeah.
is Pro tag.
That's perfect.
Let's fucking go, bro. Let's go.
Pro tag.
Yeah.
Hey, don't worry,
Oh,
Ruby. I
Pro
already got
Tag.
prepared.
I'm so glad you're.
Easy, easy.
I'm so glad you're
Yeah,
here,
it's okay.
pro tag.
Yeah, I don't care if anyone knows the real name. It's fine. All right, so
Right.
all right, pro tag. We're all good.
Yeah.
All right. Gotta click a couple windows here. Sorry, I'm dying inside. Blech. Blech.
That's fine.
Blech. All right, everyone get your
We're all
bloods
getting there
up.
eventually.
All right, here we go. Let's go date.
Let's go date.
I love you.
Lauren.
This is Sayori.
Hey!
I see an annoying girl running
This
toward me.
is
from
why
the
you gave
distance.
me this character, Zoran.
Oh, here comes this bitch.
Oh, this.
Oh, I see how
Personally,
it is, Zoran. You
fucking
gave me
hate.
this character. Okay, no, continue.
Wow.
I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself.
Oh,
That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today. But it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up.
Is this me?
But if she's gonna chase
Holy
after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me.
Hey.
I overslept again! But I caught you this time.
Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you.
You say that you say that like you were talking about ignoring me.
Yeah,
Look at your fucking face.
It's
my
so
God.
cute.
Hold up, I
I'm
got
so
I mean this face. I mean this face so bad. Hold up. Thank you.
That's me, bro tag.
well,
Bro
if people
tag.
stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Puh.
Wow.
Sorry, I
Ouch.
gotta put on my old man glasses. Give me a second.
I forgot the pro tag was a
Oh, I
piece of
can wear my
shit.
glasses because I don't have my VTuber on. Hold on, I'm
Piece
gonna
of
get my
shit, bro
glasses.
tag.
I started to struggle seeing, and I'm like, oh, that's a bad sign.
Oh no.
All right, I'll wait for. All right, go.
Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have to. Wait, I guess you don't have it in you to be mean, even if you want to.
Chill day.
Whatever you say, Sayori.
Mhm.
We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute.
By the way, pro tag, have you decided on a club to join yet?
Club? I told you already, I'm really not interested in joining any clubs. Haven't even been looking either.
That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year.
Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did. One of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Joey likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly, or too much about me. When I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime.
Wow, he's so relatable.
Oh, sorry,
I
that's
was
you,
talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world.
Me.
You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you.
All right. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though.
Will you at least promise me you'll try a little?
Listen, bitch.
I will slap you.
Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that.
Yay!
Oh, fuck. Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to use her mind at least a little bit. Even if she does exaggerate everything inside her head.
Oh my god.
Damn.
This is fucking brutal, dude. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation.
He really is an NPC.
Yeah.
Zari wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I know which ones to go to. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club.
I'm a nerd. Hello?
Sayori, you again. Sarah must have come to the classroom while I was spacing out. Look around and realize I'm the only one left in the classroom.
I thought I'd catch up to you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed.
You'll need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club.
Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know.
Know what?
Well, that you could come to my club.
Blech. Sayori,
Yeah?
there's no way I'm going to your club.
Meanie?
Ah, the face, I can't.
Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. But she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club. She inherited the title vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club.
Yeah.
Come on,
woo!
please.
Why do you care so much anyway?
Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member.
Oh, so you
Fucking
fucked
hell,
up.
mother.
And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything.
I did.
I did this.
Yeah, don't make
I
promises
know how to
can't
bake.
keep. Later. Just leaves. End credits go. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's so cunning as to have planned all this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine. I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay?
Yes, let's go.
And
Cupcake.
thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door.
Everyone, the new member is here.
I told you, don't call me a new member. Huh? I glanced around the room.
Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Oh no.
Sayori always says nice things about you.
Here you go, Remy. Here, Remy, you want me to
Fuck,
fix this for
fuck,
you?
I did the line to my chat, not to you guys. Seriously? You bought a boy?
Here,
I'm
do you
gonna
want me
change
to
the
fix
voice,
this
don't
for
worry.
you?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, awesome. All right, let's just...
Yes!
Yes, that's the one!
There you go.
Covering the text.
Here you go. How's that work?
I can be a lot more excited. Seriously? You brought a boy? Nice. Nice work. Yeah.
You want me to just leave that on there?
No.
No.
I don't think I have many more lines. Don't worry. At least
I'll
not for this
just-
scene.
Wait. I have an idea. Give me a second. I have to adjust here. Give me a moment. We can
Hey,
just
boy,
have her
spot
just
me, bro.
Just kind of over here. Kind of in a corner a little bit. Anytime anyone does anything, anytime she does anything, I'm just gonna be all like, "You want to act a fool?" All right, let's keep on.
Wow. Way to fuck, hang on. All right, hold on. Way to kill the atmosphere.
Protag, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club.
The words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls.
What are you looking at?
Bitch.
Do you want to say something? Say it.
Sorry.
Bitch.
Natsuki.
The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student.
I'm
She's
actually
also the one
300
who
years
made
old.
cupcakes, according to Siori.
You can just ignore her when she gets all moody.
Siori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back towards the other girls.
Anyways, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club.
Don't say things like that.
Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Siori and Natsuki. Ah, well, it's nice to meet you both. Yeah.
And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right?
That's right. It's great to see you again, Protag.
Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic, basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica.
Drops the spaghetti.
Come sit down,
spaghetti.
Protag. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica.
Dun dun.
I'll get the cupcakes.
Hey, I made them. I'll get them.
Sorry, I get a little excited.
Then how about I make some tea as well?
The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As already mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Siori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Siori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand.
Okay, are you ready?
Look at that grin.
Da!
Oh!
Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray and reveals a dozen white fluffy pancakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with
Echo
icing and
cake.
little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears.
Let's go!
No, wait, that's so cute! I was gonna just say that!
I feel like you casted Siori well.
I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki.
Well, you know. Just hurry and take one.
Yuri grabs one first, then Monica. I follow.
It's delicious!
Yuri talks with her mouth full and has barely managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. Where's it going? Thank you, Natsuki.
Why are you thanking me? It's not like I like you or anything.
I've heard this somewhere before.
We'll tag like a fourth wall.
Or you or anything.
I thought you technically did. Ciari said.
Well, maybe.
She's so cute.
But not for you, dummy. Baka.
Right.
Oh my god, so cute.
Give out on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. Give a whole tea set in this classroom?
Don't worry. The teachers gave us permission.
It's
The student council forced them. The strongest power in anime.
They held a knife at our throat.
I hid the bodies.
Oh my god, yikes.
Fuck. What kind of council is this?
After
I have a
all,
club just for you.
What is this?
after all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book?
I guess.
Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you.
That's not.
Insulted, Yuri looks away.
I meant that, you know?
I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea.
I'm glad.
Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me.
So, what made you consider the literature club?
I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so...
That's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay?
So you'll be the mum?
As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone.
Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you the leader of the debate club last year?
Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events.
Oh god, YouTubers.
Oh.
I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream.
Monica really is a great leader.
Yuri also
All
nods
hail.
in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. Must be hard to start a new club.
You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone?
Yeah.
We'll do our best.
You know it.
Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were also delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature.
So, Protag, what kind of things do you like to read?
Oh,
I could give you a string
Nakadashi
of
is one of my
numbers.
favorites, but
Well, concerning how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. But I muttered quietly to myself, half joking.
Oh.
Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet.
Not much of a reader, I guess.
Ow.
Ow, fucking hell, Yuri, ow.
Well, that could change. What am I saying?
Change for you, I swear.
Spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri?
Well, let's see.
Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger.
My favorites are usually novels that build up deep and complex fantasy worlds.
Started hearing
Harry Potter.
She starts hearing the hornbird.
Oh
from
my
Helm's
god.
Deep. She starts getting PTSD flashbacks.
If she was like, if that was the whole thing, is her like all her setup, and then it turns out she's a Harry Potter reader, and like that's it. God, that'd be funny.
The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive.
Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her lights up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people.
But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Sorry, anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately.
I read a horror book once. I really like Goosebumps.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Please, no.
I haven't read them in ages. I used to have shitloads of those.
Just looks at you.
I've read all of Del Toro Quest.
This really grasps at something I can relate to at a minimum level. I like the Pumpkin King. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock.
Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you.
I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think, or it takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment.
Remy?
Oh shit, sorry, I was making a very dumb joke. Sorry, I just screamed foreshadowing. Anyway. I hate horror.
Oh? Why is that? Sorry, I mean a cupcake.
Wow. Well, I'm not just.
I was really tempted just to wait and just see how long you would go.
I can chew on a cupcake for a very long time. Don't worry. I'm something of a master at chewing on cupcakes. I think you'll find.
He went too far. All right, Natsuki's eyes start over me for a split second.
Never mind. I did my line.
I know.
That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki?
What? What gives you that idea?
You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called...
I'll kill you, bitch! Don't say it out loud! And give that back!
Fine.
Your cupcakes, your poems. Everything you do is just as cute as you are.
Tori sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders.
I'm not cute!
Natsuki, you write your own poems?
Well, I guess sometimes, Protag. Why do you care?
I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime?
No.
Natsuki averts her eyes.
You wouldn't like them.
Not a very confident writer yet.
I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself.
Ooh.
You must be willing to open to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart.
Oh god.
It's just...
Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers.
I guess it's the same for Yuri.
Aw, I wanted to read everyone's poems.
We all sit in silence for a moment.
Okay. I have an idea, everyone.
Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica.
Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even.
Yay, let's do it!
Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club.
You have now been assimilated. Welcome to the book club.
You will not be assimilated.
Resistance is
That's
futile.
right, pro tag.
Monica smells warmly.
Put the wig on,
once
pro
again.
tag. Put the wig on.
The fact that it's pro
Read the
tag.
book, pro tag. Put on the dress, pro
Read
tag.
the book, pro tag.
Put the socks on, pro tag, all the way up to your knees.
Let's go! Hire your demons to make your skirt rise. Come on!
Where are my thigh squishies, pro tag?
Oh,
Where's my squishies, pro tag?
Put the goddamn uniform on, pro tag.
Pro tag.
The thigh highs
Pro
on.
tag. Put the bloomers on, pro tag.
Hold on. There's still one problem. I can't read or write.
Fucking illiterate.
Welcome to Doki a literature club. Oh god.
Now that we're
I
back to
can't
the original
read.
topic of me joining the club, I've only come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club.
Ouch.
Sir may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. So I have other clubs to look at, and I'd lose my train of thought. They all now are looking at me.
You know, this reminds me of it's that meme where it's all the girls looking back at the camera like disgusted. It's just that.
Oh.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, he already ate the cupcake. It's too late.
No.
He's one of us.
We put
now.
all of us in that cupcake protest.
Oh, that's
No, the white frosty.
You're now one
Oh,
of us,
wait,
protest.
what?
Oh, what is that one anime where she's like, I'm in the cupcake.
Shimonetta!
How do you know?
put
How did you
my
know that
love
so
in
quickly?
the
Because I
cupcake.
love that fucking anime. It's really good.
She puts herself in a cupcake?
Yeah, she puts her love
Kinda.
juice in the cupcake.
Yeah, she
Oh, wait, no, hang on. I think I have seen this one. Oh no, what was it?
She
Oh god.
puts her
Yeah, it's
fucking-
Shimonetta.
What?
I know, okay, you know, saying the name is not gonna make me remember. I need to see like the
Yeah.
screenshots so I can remember like the horrible meme
I got-
material.
Yeah, she's basically like, he's eating them, and she's just like, "Do you like it? Do you really like it?" And her eyes like go all
Whoa.
crazy hearts, and she's like, "I put my
Oh my
love
God.
nectar in there."
Look at General Chat. That's the one.
I've seen that clip, I think, yes.
God damn it.
God, the fucking the drool as well. Oh god.
I do find it really appropriate that the text on screen says I lose my train of thought.
I don't know if I can show that one on stream.
Holy shit,
Sorry, I'm sorry, Zoran. I posted that
Oh my god!
And they say it isn't pee. And they say it isn't pee.
Oh no!
What is that though? What's that little shock of energy? Can I get one of those?
They call that a taser, Momo.
A taser! It tases their. Oh, that taste.
That's the.
Well,
Wait.
actually,
What?
I enjoy.
do you want
I
the,
enjoy
do you want
our
the
side
real
things.
answer to that question or not?
Taser!
You ever had sex with a car battery?
That's not very nice. Somebody with a taser to tase her water bottle. That's not very nice.
That's not very nice.
That's not nice.
That's not her
at
water bottle,
That's
it's her
all.
boyfriend's water bottle.
hydrate.
Chat
So-
keeps saying this is perfectly cast, and I don't know what this game is about, but I feel like I agree.
Yeah. All right, let's keep going.
I don't know. Remy is
Chad,
a
don't
cute
be that
blonde
person.
girl.
Let's keep
I'm
going.
here for it.
What?
All right.
What would you say?
I said
We're gonna
Remy
take-
is a cute blonde girl or a cute
Bl-
pink-haired girl.
blonde?
Let's fucking go.
Momo, check your eyes. Why did you think that was blonde, Momo?
I meant pink, okay? I looked over and saw fucking Zoran's character on my screen, and she's blonde.
Okay, fair.
Okay, all right. Getting me
An
and
awful
Zoran
girl
confused.
stare back at me with dejected eyes. When you make the whole club sad.
Oh.
Oh man, I don't normally get to disappoint 4 girls at once.
But
I'm sorry. I thought.
Pro tag.
Well, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club.
Yay!
One by one,
Yay!
the girls' eyes light up.
Yes, I'm so happy.
Zori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey!
You really did scare me for a moment. Oh,
You really just came by for the cupcakes, and I would have been super pissed.
then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club.
Get your hair off
Momo,
my
your
face,
demon's
bitch.
getting really fucking curious in that section.
Look, okay, I pay my demon well, all right? It holds a life spirit at the
There's a hair in my
perfect
mouth.
range, and ain't nobody getting a peek but the curious.
Thanks, I guess.
Okay, everyone.
I like to imagine that scene transition with her hand there. She just Thanos snapped the rest of the girls.
I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we all can share.
Monica looks over at me once more.
Protag, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself.
Oh, you
Just
don't
a
want to see
dick
me
on a
express
page.
myself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class harmonica with my mediocre writing skills? I really feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food.
Hey, Protag, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together?
That's right. Sari and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well.
Yay!
With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the 4 girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri,
Hi.
and of course, Monica. I'd really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to go closer to one of these girls. All right. I'll need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight.
Can we pause for just a second?
Sure.
You have to actually write a poem?
Yep.
Yo!
Yeah, you see
Can you
what
look
the
at
mechanic
general? Can you guys look at general real quick?
I look at general.
Homework. We have homework? Bro, I'm out of school for a reason.
Get that off screen. We're diving.
Sorry, we're having a brief, what's the word I learned today on some British makeup show? It was a conflict? Oh, fuck, I can't remember. Confab, yeah! We're having a confab.
Putting stickers on the book.
Oh, yay. Yeah, it's Buff Scoopy.
Okay. Sorry, I just thought I'd bring it.
Oh, good.
No, that's fair.
Okay.
Okay.
Here's something.
No worries.
Here we go.
I'm checking the thing. All right. Let's make a poem.
Poem
All right.
time.
What do we want to make it about?
Ooh.
Ooh, what do we want to make it about?
Sorry, I see something that I'm automatically
Well,
Okay.
I don't see anything about monsters or booba, so I guess I'm out.
Damn.
And this horror.
I see bunny.
Oh yeah, there's horror.
Bunny.
Yeah.
Unstable. Oh, there's horror, there's fantasy. So if we wanted to get
I like Bliss,
Bliss is nice.
oh yeah,
let's
Bliss
do
is nice.
because Bliss could be boob.
All right. She was happy about that.
Cage.
Yeah!
Cage.
Let's
All right,
go!
Cage it is.
Woo! Blissful Cage,
All right,
baby!
made her happy.
It made her.
Yeah, so you can see the words make the different girls happy. And
That's so cute.
so you gotta decide which girl you're gonna try and make happy, and then you're gonna choose words for her.
All right, which one?
Blissful
out of this?
Cage Climax.
Yo!
Yes!
Bliss Cage Climax! Let's
Bliss
go!
Cage Climax.
Yes.
All right, here we go. Made her happy.
Wow.
All right, which one?
Kitty. What?
Bliss Cage Climax. So we're seeking bliss in a cage to climax that gives
happiness?
us
That gives us happiness?
happiness.
Yeah, happiness. Happy.
Oh, poor Remy. His character is so
Oh.
sad.
Maybe we gotta be secretive.
Oh, yeah. This,
Well, we need to be secretive about it.
Yeah, we gotta be secret.
yeah, we gotta be secret.
It's
all right.
secretive? Okay.
Yes, secretive.
We gotta be secret about our socks? No.
About
that
the
gives
anime.
but that gives us excitement.
True.
Oh, yeah. Excitement.
Sayori.
And pull your hair.
And pull your hair.
They pull your hair.
Yeah, hair.
This is an
Yeah.
incredibly horny poem to start with.
Look.
Hair.
That makes you explode.
Yeah, that makes you explode.
would like to imagine that we finish this and the protest comes up to present the thing, and it's only the string of words. None of it makes sense.
and then we get out of the cage, so we're unrestrained.
Yeah.
And once we explode, we feel unrestrained.
And
then we die.
Death.
And then we have about 20. I think we have a few more, but we can.
Yeah,
die
we have 10
okay,
more.
I guess
So
we can't die just yet.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll give us death yet, but we still pick it here.
It's frightening. It's scary. You know.
Or
Yeah.
no, we're unrestrained. Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. I was gonna say
Or
together.
Papa.
Daddy.
And it feels amazing.
It feels
Okay,
amazing.
all right, which one?
I don't know.
Amazing.
Amazing? Okay,
Amazing?
sure, amazing.
Yeah, that's
Amazing.
amazing.
Okay.
Doki Doki.
I thought that said tickle.
I know, I got so excited.
It's amazing. There's
We're out of the cage. We exploded. It feels amazing. Now what?
Like rainbow, or
we're filled with joy.
You get shiny.
Okay.
ooh yeah, we're shiny.
Now we gotta get clean. We gotta get
Be
clean.
shiny.
Clean and shiny.
get
Clean and shiny.
Shiny.
I with the other form of shiny, but we can get clean.
Bruh.
Bruh.
Now that we're out of the shower,
We're nice and warm.
yeah, you're getting warm.
Yeah, get warm.
And we're no longer. Oh wait, fuck. Milk?
That says contamination.
We go get some milk.
Yeah, let's go get some milk.
We get milk.
Milk?
Get some milk.
Get some milk.
Natsuki likes milk.
And milk.
And
And
a blanket?
And a blanket.
blanket.
Yeah, and a
Getting milk
blanket.
and a blanket.
Blanket.
And we're
The
gonna
milk
nibble.
is-
We're gonna nibble.
We're
some
gonna
cookies.
nibble, yeah, nibble.
We're gonna nibble some cookies.
Nibble some.
And then
Depression.
Nibble some
we
depression.
realized that we just ate cookies, so now we're depressed.
Yeah, we're depressed now 'cause we ate all the
nibbled some
cookies.
depression.
No,
We
feel a
ate
little
not
bloated.
just one cookie, but
Yeah.
we ate the entire
The
package.
whole.
So not
Nah,
just
we
the-
ate all the
package.
cookies.
So what I call
Not just the cook
depression-
men, but the cook women and cook children too.
What I call the
Depression.
depression ball is that you get
Yeah.
like a thing of Oreos and you take a ball, you put the fucking Oreos in there and you fill it with milk and eat it like cereal. I call that the depression ball.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fucked
Ew.
up.
Yeah, that's what we're going through. So it's depression. She jumped.
Oh, and shame. Shame. And we feel shame for our.
We do feel the shame.
And
We're
rage.
depressed and we're
Sticky.
shamed for our cookies.
Yes, we feel sticky.
Oh, sticky! Yes, sticky!
We're sticky.
Why do you like sticky?
Oh my god.
And that stickiness leaves us
agonizing.
questioning
Oh.
or
I was gonna say it's,
agonizing.
I was
Are
gonna say
this
it's
our last one, I
agonizing.
think?
And so we decide
To have more chocolate. Or, no, pleasure?
we decide to masturbate. We're going back to the cage.
Okay, this is the last one. My bad. And it was an adventure.
Prayer. Make your choice: prayer or lust.
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 We can be
Oh no. Yuri, why did you
I'll take
jump?
her off. Donna. Wait, hold up. I'll just put her here. I'll
Okay.
put her at like some of the background.
Get her out of here.
Wait, I want to put her where she's in the.
Get her out of
hold
here.
up. Where she's like back here.
fucking
It's intimidating.
Okay. As a heads up for the future, we gotta do that poem game quite a few times.
Yay!
Yeah.
We like to write stories, I guess.
Yeah, it was fun.
I mean, yeah, but like, just so
That
you know,
story
like,
was about
the whole thing is it's basically you pick the options that make the girl that you want happy. So if we don't want to spend like 300 hours in this game, we're probably going to speed up the next ones because they get
That's
long. I'm trying if they go to 40 or not.
damn.
But yeah.
Oh, hi again, Protag. I'm glad to see you didn't run away on us.
holds knife.
God damn.
Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. Oh, fuck. I was the last one to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out.
Thanks for keeping your promise, Protag. I hope this isn't too overwhelming for a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it.
A book! Woo! Come on. Like he deserves any slack.
Wow.
Sayori told me you didn't want him to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it.
Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room.
I'll cut you, bitch.
Damn! Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga.
Manga! Manga is literature!
Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plonks back into her seat.
Don't worry, guys.
And hentai's art.
Protag always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without even me asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room.
How dependable.
He'll make a great wife.
Would avoid the two words. All right. Jerry, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting.
God, this is me.
You almost set your house on fire once.
What? Wow, this is that so?
You two are actually good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous.
How come? You and Protag can become good friends too.
Don't cock yourself, honey.
Bro, you said that right as she turned her head.
Sayori.
Let's be friends with the murder girl. Or murder girl.
As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she put me into.
Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know?
Wait, Sayori.
Me?
Not really.
Don't be shy.
It's really nothing.
What is it?
Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do?
I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking.
Guess it means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. All right, that's done. All right. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what.
Is that so?
Yeah, we'll make it a big deal if you don't want it to be.
Bro,
It's
Totoro's
a
just
PS4.
changing schools. Like, this is just Totoro goes to different schools simulator.
Well, here.
Our Protag is a constant transfer student. He keeps getting kicked out because he fucks with the students.
He gets all the students pregnant. Oh.
Oh no.
Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book.
I didn't want you to feel left out. So I picked out a book I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read.
She pulls out the little ring Cimmerillion.
It's like where are the wild things?
Hey, that's a good book.
The hungry caterpillar.
I thought it would keep your attention. Oh no.
I'm really sad my Cimmerillion joke didn't take hold. Thank you for everyone in chat who got
Fucking
it.
nerd.
I'm sorry. I'm not that much of a nerd. I'm sorry.
Yes,
I
I've
got
never read
halfway
Silmarillion.
through that book, and then I
Wow.
said no more. That book was torture.
No mas. No mas.
And we could You know.
Fuck?
Discuss it if you wanted to.
This is... How's this girl accidentally being so cute? She picked out a book she thinks I like, despite me not reading much. Gary, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book.
Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think.
It's a fucking
Now that everyone's
conversation.
settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sierra and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Sierra's face is already buried in a book, and I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around the closet. Remy.
He like got up from his desk.
He just leaves.
Oh yeah, he's the BRB. Remy, please.
Hey,
We
yo,
need
be
you to
right
be
back,
festive.
bro.
He said, I don't have any lines. Let me just give
There
this
we go. All right.
Ooga manga.
There, I can hear him coming.
Ooga manga. Ooga manga.
What are you doing, buddy? What's going on, buddy?
What's going on, man? What's
What's going
Sorry,
on?
I'm good. I'm good. Keep going.
You good? You good?
Okay.
Good. I'm good. I'm good.
You get the leather ass for
Did my line. I did my line.
Freak.
Get her. You found her safety word? Yeah. Okay. I hear Natsuki utter an experted sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. Approach her in case she needs a hand.
She's too short to reach the shelf.
You looking for something in there? You are perfectly a good height. Like the fuck.
It's the foreground.
No, that's
I know it's
perspective,
the
idiot.
foreground,
That's
but that is a
perspective.
deep- That's a deep fucking
This aeroplane, they're so
closet.
small. How do they fit all the people in there?
Your perspective, and we're gonna start getting rulers and shit to be like, no, this was not right.
It's on the top shelf.
Freaking Monica.
She can't reach.
She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point in keeping your collection organized if someone else is just going to mess it up?
Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga.
You read manga, right?
Manga. Sometimes. Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it until you figure out where the other person stands.
In front of a collection of manga, idiot. What
Yeah.
do you think?
How did you know anyway?
I heard you bring it up at some point.
Wonder if that
What?
is that when you mention like, oh yeah, that person does BDSM or whatever. And it's like, oh, so you're into that, and it's like, wait, what?
Besides, it's kind of written on your face.
What's that supposed to mean?
Someone wrote manga on your face.
Oh shit. I see. There's a lone volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack.
There it is.
Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. He then turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest.
Ah, much better. But I got the toothy! I got the toothy!
Oh!
Oh. Seeing a box set with only one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world.
I know that feel. I get a closer look at the box set she's admiring. Parfait Girls? The series I've never heard in my life. This probably means it's either way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible.
If you're gonna judge, you can do it through the glass on that door.
She points to the classroom door. It's like, you make fun of my manga, I'll remove you from the fucking census.
I'm showing you the door,
Premise.
bitch.
Hey, I wasn't judging anything. I didn't even say anything.
Why does it sound like RuneScape right now? I'm just in
does sound
Lumbridge.
like
Help! Free armor trimming. Chunk, chunk, chunk.
Selling rare black fish for 9999999.
Give me your password and I'll give you more gold.
Yeah, I'll trim
Hey
your
guys,
rune
your
for
password
you.
is hashed when you type it. See, look.
I like how the jokes we can make a RuneScape are people scamming people. That's how much I hate that game.
What? RuneScape's such a good game, dude. It's so much fun.
It is good as a game, but I hate playing it because every single time I get in it, it's either multiple people try to scam me every time. Every time.
I've got the proud thing. I've never been scammed in RuneScape. In fact, I even accidentally scammed someone I bought real items off of. So I paid like $10 for like rune armor off of like a website way back when. This is a long time ago. I was like a kid. I was like, I want to get rune armor, but I don't want to grind for it. So I paid like some website $10 to just give me rune armor. Sorry, no, give me God, it was the green armor. I can't remember what the hell the name was. It was like, I don't know, emerald. It wasn't emerald, but it was some like green colored mineral. And when they walked up, the seller who was like, selling me the armor, he's like, hey, are you Remy? You're like, you're this guy. Okay, you've sent us the money. Cool. All right, here you go. Here's your armor. They handed me a copy of the armor I'd purchased and also a copy of the best armor in the game, which I had not paid for. And I was just like, accept. And so I got away with it. That armor on their website went for like $90, and the armor I was buying went for $10. I got both sets, and I was just like, all right, cool, nice to meet you, bye. And, that's how I scammed someone I was meant to pay money for.
Oh yeah, well,
it was their fault. I didn't even mean to do it, but they just gave me the rune armor. Malachite
I have a
or
party
adamantite.
hat.
Dude, I have a party hat, I think. I'm trying to
I
remember.
have
actually.
lots of party hats.
I don't have a lot. I think I have like one, because they're like billions of gold these days, aren't they? Because you can't get them anymore.
I don't know. The last time I logged in was long time ago.
Yeah, same.
But I know I got
sold
party
my
hat.
account.
I'm Uzu.
Wow.
I think
How
I
much
was
you
in
go for?
desperate need of money to pay rent and everything, and so I was looking for ways to just sell stuff. So I just sold the account. Okay.
How much did it sell for?
I sold mine for about $900. I think I had like
Fucking hell.
I think I had like a lot of stuff on it or whatever, and I was like, okay, I really need this money, or else I'm gonna be homeless. So here we
Fair
go.
enough.
Okay.
Homeless ain't all that bad.
Okay. Sorry. But I'll tell you one thing, Protag. Consider this a lesson straight from the literature club. Don't judge a book by its cover. In fact,
And as he pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box,
I'm going to show you exactly why.
she shoves the book right into my hands. Ah,
Now read
stare at
this.
the cover. Ah, book! Features 4 girls in colorful attire, striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly moe.
No way. Don't just stand there.
As he grabs
Don't
my
woo
arm and
either.
pulls me out of the closet. He then takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsills. He passes the ground next to her, signaling me to sit
I
there.
remember this scene. Aw.
Wouldn't the chairs be more comfortable?
No,
She
we have
barks
4
at me as I
gremlins.
take my seat.
Chairs wouldn't work.
How do the chairs not work?
We can't read at the same time like that.
Huh? What is that? I guess it's easy to be close together like this.
Ah, Natsuki. Best girl. Don't just say that. You'll make me feel weird about it. Baka.
Natsuki crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry. Didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I could say it's a particularly bad thing. Open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the initial space where she won't notice. I can feel her
I'd forgotten
peering
why
over
she
my
was best
shoulder,
girl.
much more eager to begin reading than I am.
Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning?
You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and again?
Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've already finished the series. Hey, are you paying attention?
I am, but nothing really happened yet. So I could talk at the same time. Looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. typical slice of life affair. I kind of grew out of these since
slice of life affair.
Yeah. This is rare for the
It's
writing to be
noir.
entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. So, what should I expect from this? Is there going to be plot?
Well, obviously. You think I would enjoy something that didn't have a plot? Hey, brother.
I like to use that as looks at audience.
I mean, well, I guess I know what you're saying. A lot of the beginning is about simple things. Like, there's a really funny chapter where they're obsessed with the guy at the ice cream shop. But that just helps you get to know the characters. And besides, it's still entertaining. But later on, there's all kinds of drama. Like when they get into all their backstories and when some of the romance starts to happen.
Just foreshadowing.
I have a feeling
That's
this is,
what really makes it
Literally
good.
just foreshadowing this
just
game.
talking to the
There's
audience.
so many touching parts.
We're touching the fourth
yeah.
wall.
Is that so? Sounds like you really know what you're talking about. Maybe I underestimated you.
Hey, wait. What's that supposed to mean?
As he gives me a little shove. A little shove just bam! Starts beating the fuck out.
I like this line.
I just meant that I haven't seen you at your full power.
Good save. Nice work.
Nice
Nice
this chapter seems like what?
What a fucking line. Who's ever said that in real life?
This chapter seems like it's about baking. It's just
This
a guess,
movie
but
seems to be
is there a
about
lot
a
of baking in
war.
this manga.
Well,
Natsuki pauses for a moment as if she doesn't want to admit something.
yeah. Why does that matter?
It doesn't. I was just curious. You enjoy baking too, right?
That's just a coincidence. I just happened to get into baking around the same time I got this manga. Like, I would never get into anything just because it's in a manga. I wouldn't totally reinvent my entire hobby structure just because I played it in a manga. I feel bad for anyone that's impressionable.
Looks at Warhammer players.
Oh,
Definitely
God.
not a coincidence. I guess that explains Natsuki's interest in baking. Still, all the hobbies to pick up from manga, that's definitely one of the better ones. Not to mention, she's really good at it, so who am I to judge?
I forgot the best CG!
We read on for a few more minutes. I finished a couple chapters at this point.
Aww.
Adorable.
Are you sure this isn't boring for you?
It's not.
Even though you're just watching me read?
Well, I'm fine with that. You're fun to watch.
If you say so.
Like,
It's like,
you know,
your
a monkey
window
at a
needs
zoo.
to be clean though, Protag. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean?
Duh.
Huh? You don't?
That's not. Well, I wouldn't really know.
What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends?
That word again, I don't know what it means.
Friend. Companionship.
No, gonna need a dictionary. Could you not rub it in?
Well, good thing we're in the literature club.
Jeez.
Ah,
Louise,
sorry.
where'd you get those knees? Like I get my friends to read this, so I have to get you to read it instead. They just think manga is for kids. I can't even bring it up without them being all like, you still haven't grown out of that yet? Makes me want to punch him in the... Oh, wait, hang on, that's still me. Makes me want to punch him in the face.
I know those kind of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it.
Toxic.
Toxic. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitate toward the other losers over time.
Wow, damn.
Like
just
you.
ruin your social chances right as you begin. Excellent work, idiot.
Yeah, but it's probably harder for someone like you.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Wait, which part?
The loser part. I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. I don't even know what my dad would do if he found this. At least it's safe here in the club room.
Daddy?
Except Monica was kind of a jerk about it. I just can't win, can I?
Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am, reading.
Well, it's not like it solves any of my problems.
Maybe. At least you're enjoying yourself, right?
So? Jeez, that's enough. You gonna keep reading or what?
Yeah, I'm done reading your emotions. Back to the book. I flipped the page. Only that's when you start laughing.
Oh my god.
No.
Put down
No,
the gun.
it's just it's
Put
a
down
funny
the
page.
gun.
It's a it's a funny page. I totally forgot that happens.
That's when he puts her finger on one of the panels.
Minori is my favorite character. You always feel a little bad for her because she's so unlucky. But it gets especially bad when... I shouldn't be talking about that yet. It's spoilers. Just finish this chapter.
Spoilers!
Natsuki's voice sparkles with excitement. It's a stark contrast to her usual bossy tone. But if she's not used to sharing her favorite manga with her friends, I can understand why.
Manga.
Yeah.
Manga.
Manga. It's hard to express in words the feeling you get when connecting with someone like that. And being able to provide that to Natsuki, for whom it's a rare experience, the thought makes me smile a little to myself. Momo.
Okay, everyone.
Yeah?
Are you all ready with today's poems?
Sweats nervously.
Oh, come on, Monica. Oh, could your timing be any worse?
Sorry. I just need to make sure we have enough time. Though you do look pretty cozy over there.
Natsuki suddenly notices how close she's gotten to me. She hastily slides herself a good 12 inches away from me.
It's not far enough. Protag's packing.
Guess I'll stop here for now.
Oh my god.
Bro, what do you even do with the other, 5 inches?
I like that question. We can figure out the optimal size in Momo's eyes.
That's not true! I'm just saying that the vagina can only comfortably take 7 inches!
I mean, she has a point.
Not
I was coming at it from a medical direction!
Okay, sure, but listen, I've seen performance art that begs to differ.
What are you gonna do with the other 6 inches?
What are you gonna do with the other 9 inches?
No! Not too loud! No! Okay, I'm sorry!
I'm glad we have come to an agreement. The
You
anime
can't
will
get me
continue.
with that. I can't even see where my own head is.
Is it safe to come back?
I'm being assaulted by
Is
my
it?
dog.
Is it?
No.
Momo just disappeared. Luigi.
All right. Mama.
All
right.
What?
This one did.
You back? You comfy?
I'm back.
We got you a cookie here.
No, can you help my tum-tum?
Oh, my tum tum does hurt.
I close the book and hand it towards Natsuki.
We're all tum tum hurty hurt. You're just giving it back? What the fuck, dude? Don't you want to know what happens? Don't you care about the story? I want to discuss the lore with you.
Don't you know about my favorite character and all her flaws and everything else? You don't want to learn more about? Yeah, but Monica's just said.
Don't be Baka.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
That's so fucking dumb. Just take it home with you.
-1. -1. Yeah?
Oh.
Is that really all right? I said that mostly I really didn't. I say that mostly because I really didn't plan on using my spare time to read this.
Well, of course. It would take forever to finish if you didn't take it home. Sorry, someone in chat said something. Just finish that one tomorrow so we can start the next one. And if it gets bent, I will kill you.
By tomorrow, we got part right through the volume so far. Might fall behind on some shows if I try to get through this, but I suppose that's a necessary sacrifice in exchange for seeing Natsuki's enthusiastic face. Or am I scared of what'll happen if I don't finish it? All right, then.
I will hurt you.
I stand up. I return where I put my stuff and carefully slip the book in my bag.
By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night?
Yeah, bet that. My relaxation ends.
Oh.
I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. Couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before.
Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share it with?
I can't wait!
Leori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Leori is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Datsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself.
Dun dun.
Who should I show my poem to first? All right.
This is exciting.
Oh no, I don't know.
Do we want to do a Twitch poll?
Sure.
Okay.
Just make like a straw poll and then we can post it in our chat.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
I was
that's
about to
easier.
ask that.
True.
Yeah, make one real quick.
That way everybody votes on the same poll and we don't have to have like separate polls.
Yep.
Much better idea.
Do this. Okay. Who should we read? Actually, let me do this real quick.
There's a
I gotta-
puppy in
I
my
got a
lap.
section. Okay. All right. It's okay. Who
My immersion.
should we read the poem
Harry.
to, or whatever?
Yes.
Okay. First option is say
Hey, Woody.
Ori, and then Natsuki, and then Yuri, then Monica. Got it right. Okay. First spam protection. Great poll. All right. I will
Post
send
the
this link in the
Yep.
general. And I'll now post
Yeah.
it into
My
my chat. You guys
immersion
can
is
take that.
broken. My immersion.
My immersion.
My immersion.
Your immersion.
My immersion.
All right.
My
Put a straw poll in chat.
How goes the straw poll?
Yeah, I did that so we could see the results all live.
My immersion.
All right,
Really?
here you go.
What?
Here's the results.
I don't want
Okay.
to see them live.
Okay.
Remy, what is this?
What's what?
You reveal.
What's what? What's what? What's the matter? Huh? What's the matter? What was it?
Nothing.
Purple hair is Yuri.
Purple hair is Yuri.
Someone have a story, and at the end of that story, we then conclude the voting.
I mean,
I
I
bought
think
a pillow
voting's
from my booba.
done. Unless, oh no, keep on going.
Pillow
Oh
for
wait,
your
they don't.
booba? Wait, hold on. What?
For
Yeah.
you, Booba?
Yeah,
Wait, is it
There's a
Pillow.
Booba pillow?
it is a booba pillow, and it is great. It's been working great.
What is it called? Can you link it? I want one.
Can you give me my poor fucking back, please?
I want booba
It's
pillow.
It's for side sleepers.
I'm a side sleeper. Wait,
I'm
hold
a
on.
side
Give me
sleeper.
link. What?
I shall link.
Link.
It's very
Booba
comfy.
pillow.
I'm really pleased with it.
Oh my god.
There you are.
Oh.
Oh, jeez.
It's wonderful.
Yo!
Oh, what?
Oh.
What?
It gives you booba support while you sleep on your side.
Wow,
That
that's so
looks like-
cool.
That looks so like weirdly futuristic. You're just like strapping your life support to your chest.
Why do I feel like?
Someone's like, share
Hmm.
the link. I'm a side sleeper too, bro. Do you have booba?
It's
Okay, I'll share the link. Do
very
you have booba?
comfy, Uzu. What's your concern?
My concern is how big my titties are.
Trust me. Trust me. It's comfy.
That looks
Okay.
comfy.
I'll be real. I thought you were talking about like you just had a pillow like at your desk that was just like specifically designed to like keep your boobas comfortable. But
I just checked our DMs and you're naked.
What?
what?
Oh yeah, you never checked, Momo.
Wait,
you
what?
never looked at the DM.
What?
Damn.
Momo.
That booba.
What? Momo.
You'll be fine. It's super comfy.
Okay, good.
Okay, are we ready to reveal who got picked?
I think it's time.
Yeah.
And the person who got picked is Monica.
Oh fuck.
Monuka.
That's a
It's
start with
Momo.
Hello?
Monica. Hey, Monica.
Yesterday, she seemed eager to read my poem, and I want you to know I'm putting in the effort.
Oh, hi, Protag. Having a good time so far?
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever need any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay?
Well, all right. I'll keep that in mind. In fact, I got a list of complaints. Let's start.
It rolls out the scroll.
Just like, first off,
Step one.
okay, of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in.
Anyway, want to share your poem with me?
It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to.
Don't worry, Protag. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon.
Yeah, that is true. I hand Monica my poem.
I like it, Protag.
Really?
It's a lot cuter than I expected.
Oh, jeez.
No. It kind of makes me think of something Natsuki would write. And she's a good writer, too. So, take that as a compliment.
Well, if you say so.
Yep. There are lots of poems or stories out there that are more than a few simple words. They can be funny, endearing, or even sad. And sometimes they're only a few lines long. They might even feel like they're written for kids, but if you think about them, they can express views of the world that would apply to anybody.
I see. So you're saying that Natsuki is kind of like that?
Sort of. Maybe she's not an expert. But you probably won't find a filler. You probably won't find much filler in her poems. They might be easy to write, but they're super challenging to get the meaning through. I can see why it would be your kind of poem to explore.
I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this.
And that's okay.
Feels like we're having a different conversation than what's being implied.
I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone might be a little bit biased towards their own kinds of styles. But I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything.
Yeah.
Anyway, do you want to read my poem now?
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'm not very good.
You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good.
Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know?
I see. Well, let's read it then. I will allow you. Do you want to read this, Momo? Because it's
Sure.
her poem.
Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction? The sparkle protrudes.
Shut up.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for interrupting. I'm rude.
Shut the hell up! Let her read.
I'm so sorry. It was rude of me.
Did I say something wrong?
No.
It's the
Don't-
title of the poem.
We're being fucking 12-year-olds is what
We're being 12 years old.
Okay,
Oh, I got it.
it couldn't have been me. See the direction the sparkle protrudes? A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend, I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No! I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas, already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It wasn't too deep. Stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. So, what do you think?
Yeah, it's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback.
It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful.
What was the inspiration behind this one?
Sorry.
Ah,
Sorry. Ever since you pointed out, I can't unsee it. Now I'm just thinking bad thoughts about this poem.
well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit.
Epiphany?
Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that, because it's kind of coming off strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later.
It's like genuinely good advice.
Yeah.
Another way to think about it is this. If If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening.
That's
Claps
great
for
advice.
TED
'Cause, like,
Talk.
when I write stuff, it's like I write like 3 paragraphs in the space of 30 seconds, and then spend 30 minutes staring at one line, going Just like, I have no idea what to write next.
Okay, so the second one that won was Natsuki.
Oh God.
Let's go, Remy.
Dots. Okay, well, let's start with the things I don't like.
All right, I'm already here, so.
First of all,
Natsuki rereads my poem.
never mind. I don't feel like giving you my opinion.
What's the point of sharing in the first place? I wrote this when I could have been doing other things. In fact, I remember how I said I wanted to read your poems? That's what I had in mind when reading this. I want to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours. Like Monica said.
Well, I would be more comfortable sharing my poem if yours was really bad. You were supposed to show me some dumb poem and then make me go, ha! Well, it's not that great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. You went and ruined it. I hope you're happy.
So in other words, you're saying you liked it. Natsuki's retort gets caught in her throat.
Oh, just so... You just don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that you don't have to go announcing it to the world like you're all self-important.
Pretty sure you've never actually said that. I said that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. I can't figure out if it's a win or loss that she liked my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right?
Fine, I guess. Only because Monica will make me if I don't.
All right, read it, Remy.
Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try. But that's about it.
What the fuck?
It's like a fucking children's book.
She is trying.
I like
Her
the
best.
ending part. She said people can try, and that's
Yeah.
about it.
It spoke to us.
It did speak to me.
It did, yes.
Best girl. Why are you guys ragging on Best Girl? Why are you guys
I
ragging on Best Girl?
didn't.
Why are you guys doing this? I told you weren't gonna like it.
I like it.
Ah, none here. Just be honest.
I am. You're convinced that I wouldn't like it.
Well, because everyone in this high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously.
But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid.
Yes, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Sorry, a bit noise just scared the shit out of me. But the other nice thing about the simple writing is it puts more weight to the wordplay. Like I set it for a rhyme at the end, and then I made it fall flat on purpose. Much like me, this poem falls flat. It helps to bring out the feeling in the last line.
Oh.
So you did. Well, I guess more into it than I realized.
That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something today. Huh. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you?
Yeah, guess not. Decided to humor her with the last comment. Don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki's feeling proud when I was feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her.
Ow.
So I jump on the next. The next one is Yuri.
Yuri.
Yuri does.
Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading.
Oh, sorry. I forgot to start speaking.
I have that.
Does this happen often?
I actually have done that before.
It's fine. Don't force yourself.
I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words.
I just want people to imagine not seeing anything on screen and then listen to what's being said.
Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right?
Yeah. What do you ask?
I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it.
Ah, so it's that bad.
No! Did I just raise my voice? I'm sorry.
Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying?
Right, it's just that there's a specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them.
Damn, she's dunking on you.
Damn, yeah.
I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style more very deliberately. In other words, they tend to pick up on writing styles separate from the topic matter. They fit the two together.
Are you saying our milk and cookies and sexual cages does not mix?
Yeah.
This is
This
bullshit.
story was all over the place.
Oh, sorry. Like,
No, that's about it.
Oh, that was me for a second.
Offended.
What's
That
Yuri
was a
finds her train of thought?
Yuri?
Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert.
Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different writing skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone in this club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased, though.
Hey, you wanna fight? You wanna fight about it?
Biased how?
Well, never mind.
That's what I thought, bitch.
Don't make me come over there, flat chest.
Ooh!
That is justice.
Okay.
Silence,
shouldn't
cutting
be-
board.
I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry.
It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is a
What do you think gets more meat on it?
or Natsuki.
The watermelons or a cutting board?
Do you mind if I read your poem now?
Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it.
Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Good luck
Oh my
reading
god, I
that.
can't even read this. Holy shit.
Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstand the test of time. The last yet replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm not clapping. It's another.
I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting.
Yeah, you do.
Oh,
But that's what I wasn't thinking about.
Ow.
but it took you a long time to read.
Well, I don't read script very often. I just think your handwriting is it's fairly pretty.
That's a relief.
Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it's really descriptive.
It wasn't too short? Oh. Sorry. I usually write poems longer.
I've rivaled.
Because I've been in the pool, okay?
Good.
Not at all.
I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose.
I'm sorry, are you into ghosts, Yuri?
Hoo-hoo.
Hoo-hoo.
Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Protag.
Really?
Did you just get Kaku'd?
Must have totally missed the point.
Just like,
Well,
you fell for it, fool. There's no ghost in this story at all.
well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all.
Oh, she's calling you stupid.
Wow.
But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work.
Oh no.
They usually do more than just tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost.
I'll put something in.
Perhaps.
There we go.
Hey, that's bloody good.
Lingering her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past. And soon to be left with nothing.
A little more solemn, putting it that way.
Who
Hadn't
did
even
that?
thought of that. That's impressive.
It's nothing really.
Liz did that. Oh, it's so good.
Okay.
Oh.
So here, let me. Yeah, is it okay to show it on screen? I don't want to show it in people's streams. Sure.
Oh my god, it's so cute.
Liz did that. I know that style.
Does
Yeah.
she have time to do all of it?
I can ask her.
I will give money.
I feel a bit bad. So just to show, here's Zoran Chan in the
Hey.
Doki thing. So I wanted to get it for thumbnail stuff.
Oh my god.
The fangs.
I will give the money.
And I asked Liz to do it for today, but unfortunately didn't have time to get it before the stream, so I wanted to make a thumbnail thing for it. And I was like, okay, I'll probably make this like a YouTube video and all this stuff and put everything together. But we could definitely just contact Liz or whatever and just and ask him to get it to everybody.
It's so
Yeah, I'll ask
cute.
her.
You need to pay your demons more.
It's so cute.
Yeah, I gotta pay the demons more. Yeah, but there's Zoran Chan. Yeah, Liz did an amazing job. Is it okay we plug Liz real quick?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
we'll find
artist.
Shortcake Liz's.
Log Liz while
Rosie,
I
what's
scroll
Shortcake
through my
Liz's Twitter?
DMs.
What's
Shortcake Liz. Hold on. Hold on. Let me grab. Since I am shortcake. Yeah, there it is. I found it. I post it in the general. 1 second. 1 second.
here? I got it.
Now I got it.
I have chocolate covered coffee beans.
There. Here's Shortcake Liz.
Kofefe?
Wonderful artist. Absolutely
Yes.
wonderful artist.
I just did an
go-
art trade with them.
Please follow Liz. Everything else, amazing artist. And
Wonderful
Liz is also
bean.
the one who did this orange Chan down at the bottom and helped with the reference sheet. So it's really fantastic artist. I love going to it.
My immersion.
My
I'm sorry.
immersion.
I'm sorry. I know it sucks, but it's just, respect an artist. I'll stop. I'm sorry.
Respect to artist is fine. I have no problem with that.
I apologize. It was
I
wrong.
can't control it. It's on my screen.
Yeah, I apologize. I will stop doing it. My bad.
That's all right. I think we're just fucking having a go. Don't worry.
All right.
Wow.
Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on things too.
Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll just have to keep trying.
I'm counting on you.
I like
Time
that
for
ending.
Bye.
Dots! This is a good poem, Protag. Are you sure it's your first time?
The poem only has like one
Say
word
that
on
later.
it. I just want the poem to have like one word. It's amazing. Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time?
I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously. Or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm just really happy that you wrote one. It reminds me of how you really are part of the club now.
Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. Really not into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise.
See? It's like I said before, Protag. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do.
Thanks, Yuri. I'm not sure if Zori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined, knowing how much this means to her and all.
Yeah. And I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you.
She takes out a gun. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then.
Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. I did it before I even done. God damn it! I am this character. It's me.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Let me just.
Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleep from my eyes.
Sleepy
Are
from
you
my
asking
eyes.
me to come out and play? I am reading this so wrong. I almost said thrusting.
Sorry,
Are you
just take your
trusting
time,
me
it's
to
okay.
wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. It's so cute.
Sorry.
Aww.
This is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this?
No. Just a little bit.
You can answer just a little bit to a yes or no question.
I forgot to do it
Yep.
last night.
Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself.
Don't be so mean. I still tried my best.
Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. Came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you.
Really?
Annoying.
Yeah. Especially that last line.
Wow. I made eggs and toast.
I thought you were late to school.
It's bad to skip breakfast.
The
I get all
face.
cranky.
Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me.
This was so much fun. Monica's the best.
Yeah.
But next
Okay,
time, I
Monica.
won't forget. And I'm going to write the best poem ever.
Well, I guess I look forward to it. Good luck. Guess that's everyone. Glass around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. And if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club, after all.
I want to see our poem.
Yeah.
It would be
We
nice
don't
if it
get
generated.
We don't get one.
No.
Again, that's the whole thing. Is why it's nothing. It's literally just you press the words that you want to make the specific girls happy, and that's it. There's no like generated poem or anything.
Yeah.
Aww.
I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Yuri and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Mizuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly.
Oh, I'm about to kill a bitch. Oh, okay. What's with this language?
Did you say something?
Yeah, I said mind your own business. Oh, it's nothing.
Ooh, I'm sorry, I didn't know I was gonna have to slap a bitch.
You'll have to hit me
dismissively
first.
returns the point to the
I'm
desk with
lithe
one
and
hand.
nimble. Can't get me. Ah! I guess you could say it's fancy. You know,
Fight me, scrub lord. I'm a dick spill.
like a gold-plated hot dog.
Thanks. Yours is cute.
Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute?
I know that.
Oh yeah, now you know
I
that.
just meant
Yeah, hindsight's 20/20, bitch.
Bah, bah.
the language.
Hey, hindsight these hands!
Fight, fight, fight.
I just meant the language. It's so simple. I was trying to say something nice.
Yeah, well, you can never say anything nice. I don't say anything at all. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it didn't really come out nice at all.
Well, I do have a couple of suggestions.
If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Like Brotag over there. People did, by the way.
Bro tag?
Brotag.
Bro
Oh,
tag.
Sayori liked
What are
it.
you doing, bro tag?
And Protag did too! So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. Shut and up! First of all...
Excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I have spent a long time establishing my writing style. And I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet.
Yeah.
And Protag liked my poem too, you know?
He just said that because you got big tits.
He even told me he was impressed by it.
As he suddenly stands up.
Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri.
Eh? That's not what I... Oh... You're just...
Yuri stands up as well.
Maybe you're just jealous that Protag appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours.
Huh? And how do you know that he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself?
No. I am... If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy.
Oh, I'm gonna end you, bitch.
Is everyone okay?
My hair is naturally pink! Well, you know
you can
what?
tell yourself that.
I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Protag started showing up. Hey, where'd all the tissues go?
Natsuki! At least I have this to begin with.
Natsuki, that's a little...
This does
This
not
doesn't
involve
involve
you.
you.
I don't like fighting, guys.
Too
Suddenly
bad,
both
'cause
girls
I like
turned
fighting
toward
a
me as
lot.
if they noticed I was standing there.
Protag. She's trying to make me look bad.
I'm succeeding. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point of making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Protag.
Wait. There's a reason we have some deep and expressive words in our language, which you wouldn't know. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meanings the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, but it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Protag? Well?
Thoughts. How did I get dragged into this in the first place? Not like I know anything about writing. But whoever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So of course, that's going to be.
Cop out.
Help me, Sayori!
I do like help me see Sayori.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all want to go for this source?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sayori-san.
Natsuki! Natsuki glares at me, trying up any words I had in my mouth. So instead, I turn to Yuri. Yeah. Oh. Yuri's expression is so defenseless that I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori! Yeah! Everyone's fighting. It's making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this?
Protag.
Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her.
I agree. It's unfair for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict.
Yeah, you get him, Yuri.
That is
You get him.
beautiful. That's a beautiful fucking message.
Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being, hell yeah.
She would never.
Yeah, get fucked,
It's
bitch.
your immaturity that would made her upset in the first place, you stupid little child.
Excuse me. Are you listening to yourself?
Let's fucking go.
This is exactly why.
Hey guys, here's popcorn.
Exactly why nobody likes.
Seen someone drag a mud pit in a room. I got it.
Stop! Natsuki! Yuri! You guys are my friends!
Shut up, bitch.
I just want everyone to get along and be happy.
I'm not getting along with this
Beating her
fucking
up.
traitor.
I don't like getting along with this
My
child.
friends are wonderful
Shut up,
people,
stuffed tits.
and I love them because of their differences.
Fat ass.
Natsuki's poems,
Fat ass. Better than yours.
Whatever.
they're
Look at my
amazing
hips.
because they give you Stop fighting! You're amazing
I
because you give
refuse.
people happy feelings and whatever else that said, and Yuri's
Oh,
poems
I'm
are
sorry.
amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone is so talented. So why are we fighting?
Because
Well,
Also, Natsuki's cute and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same as they always were. I would know. Big and beautiful.
Sayori, I'm glad you're saying what we're all thinking. Sayori stands up triumphantly.
it takes this moment to hit on every girl in the room.
Monica stands behind her with a bewildered expression.
Look in general.
make some tea.
That was amazing.
What?
Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So, this is why Sayori is vice president. I whisper to Monica.
Wow, that was hell of a whisper.
Yeah.
Man, I didn't know.
We're whispering. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader, and I can organize things. But I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing of me.
Nah, not like I could blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either.
Well, I guess that just means that Sayori is amazing in her own ways, isn't she?
You could say that. This might be an airhead, but Sometimes it's really suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing.
I see. Take good care of her, okay?
I'll walk her home gently.
I would hate to see her get herself hurt.
That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monica smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to notch. A genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. If only I could get the chance to talk to her a little more.
Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems?
It was a lot of fun.
Well, I'd say it was worth it.
We nearly stabbed each other. What? It was alright.
Shut up,
Mostly.
child.
Bro Tag, what about you?
Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone.
Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learn something from your friends too. So your poems will turn out even better.
I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job in impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination.
Bro Tag! Ready to walk home?
Sure, let's go. Ziori beams at me. It surely has been a while since Ziori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Ziori, about what happened earlier?
What do you mean?
You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. That kind of thing happen often?
No. That's really the first time I've ever seen them fight like that.
Because of
I
fresh
promise,
meat
they're
to fight
both
over.
wonderful people.
Like lions
You-
in the Serengeti.
Don't take them. Do you?
Which one gets to breed?
I need
dog.
that as a sub.
Momo.
Momo, please. What? That's how the lions work.
Female lions will. They'll fuck up each other's like manes, and they'll fuck up each other's like coats and,
Female
and
lions
tails
don't
and
have
shit.
manes.
They do. Scruff. It's scruff around their neck. That's
Okay,
mane.
so they're fur?
I said it. The mane is the
All
part
right, Yuri and
of
Natsuki.
fur around your neck, Lauren. Do you want me to grab you by yours? Shut the fuck up! I'm talking.
She'll say yes.
And so they'll even fuck each other up and like try to cut off each other's tails, just to be like picked to breed.
I'm gonna keep it a $150. I'm looking at a female lion right now. I don't see a mane.
The mane is in reference to the hair around the neck.
Do I have a mane? Can you rip my mane off? Do I have a mane?
Fucking want
Okay,
me
Remy,
to
that's
try.
kinky.
I'm coming in hot.
Look what you guys are doing. You're upsetting Uzu. You're causing her to die.
Don't inject your feelings into our conflict.
Yeah.
Incorrect. Their manes are just longer. It's the same thing as like both men and female have nipples, but only one got booba. Okay?
I have nipples. Can you milk me?
You wanna fucking find out? Australia ain't that far away for me to punch a bit.
Oh, fuck.
It worries me that there are some people in chats now talking about the logistics of making that happen. Like, it's not the point.
It's the point now.
Like, now's not the time.
Oh, God.
What's that noise, Momo? You sound like my
What
fucking
was that?
cat.
All right.
She's feral.
All right.
gone
Just
feral.
want your opinion, that's all. See why they'd make good friends with you.
Phew. You know, Protag, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you, too.
That's...
Every day is gonna be so much fun!
Like, Ciari still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Ciari. Pat Ciari on the shoulder. Said that more to myself than her, but it's easy to use. Ciari has an internal monologue sometimes.
Okay!
Yeah. Let's do this. Time for another
See you once again.
run.
Okay. So which girl do we want to actually like go for the poem for?
Oh.
One of three. Take a vote.
I mean, do we have to target them?
Yeah, basically. Like that's the way. It's literally just based off like, you know, if you see when they jump up and they're happy, that's like they like the poem more. So you try and write a
My
poem.
bitch
that
is
makes
always
a girl
happy.
What? Which one? No,
Totally.
Sayori?
Yeah,
No.
she's
But it's like when
smiling.
no, when they do like the super jump, when they jump up.
Oh, okay.
Which
When you
one are we
pick a
going
word.
for then?
Say again?
I don't know.
Which
What do
one
people
shall we
like?
go for?
I don't know. I'm happy with anything. You guys decide, because I know.
Ugh, we're so indecisive.
Yep. Deal with
Let's
it. I'm not
pick
voting.
a
I don't
word
have
on
to
the
fucking
page.
argue for a tomboy this time, so I can relax.
We'll pick a random word on the page, and whichever one jumps at that, that's the one we're gonna try to go
Oh,
for.
wait. You should do hey, pick 1 through, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So do like a one, pick 1 through 10 of someone's computer,
Here,
and then that's the word. And then
yeah,
whoever
like,
jumps
roll
up,
a d20, roll a d10.
yeah, roll
Yeah.
a
Guys,
d10.
we can just pick a word. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, Momo, you
No,
got a
in
D10
my
on your
brain.
desk?
Yeah, I
We're
got
rolling a
Hold
D10.
on. I got one.
Yeah, roll that
In
for
my
me.
brain, it makes sense.
Oh God,
I get you.
January.
So, you
Oh,
know, I'm
Oh.
going
Like, we-
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going
Alright,
like
so,
left to right.
Okay, a D10, you said?
D10, please.
no,
Yep,
I
D10.
just heard that little dice
Alright.
container go pop.
Alright, here we are.
Oh,
Yay.
oh.
Hold on, I'll roll it on the loud surface so everyone can hear.
Oh.
We got a 7.
Seven.
Seven.
Okay, flee.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Miss
So it's
Fudge.
We're
Yuri.
good from Yuri. Hell yeah, I
Hopeless.
love
So-
some good Yuri.
Yuri, any sad, just depressing, like
I love some good
hopelessness,
Yuri.
darkness.
She likes horror.
Yeah, that's
horror
her stuff.
and psychological stuff.
Yep,
Yeah, let's see.
it'll be
That's
hopeless.
Hopeless.
Yep, that's not.
Oh,
'cause
my,
I-
what?
Okay,
What?
so do stuff that is horror, not depression.
Yeah, because
Oh.
depression makes Sayuri fucking go woo.
Wait,
So
really?
it'll be in this case. It'll be
Yeah.
captive. It'll be captive.
Oh, fuck?
Okay, so captive.
Captive?
And,
Yep.
Okay.
pleasure would be
I
next.
think
I want to go from pleasure.
pleasure is one because
Yeah,
it
She
was
would
last
do it,
time.
and she would also.
She's
roll-
horny.
She's lusty and she likes
She's
horror.
horny.
It's hard.
I'm
Horny
horny.
horror. Let's go.
I think
I'm
it
horny.
might be vivid or uncontrollable. It's one of those.
Try uncontrollable.
Well, it's like a 50-50 shot, right? Because half these words on one person, the other half on the
let's
other.
try. Yeah, let's try vivid. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, there you go.
We'll do.
Uncanny, I think. Horror.
Yeah, uncanny or nightgown would probably.
Fuck it.
Nightgown, uncanny.
Nightgown.
Let's try uncanny. Let's try uncanny.
weird fucking horror.
Yay,
Yeah.
horror. Easy.
Yep.
I like writing.
Climax.
Climax.
Climax!
It is climax
Climax.
because we used it last. I think it's climax. Yeah, there you go. Intellectual. What a nerd.
Yeah,
what a
she's
nerd. It's
intellectual.
absolutely intellectual.
Man.
There you go.
Writing them with a story rather than trying to get a girl.
Oh,
Well, I mean, it's
you.
just like it's gonna take 3.
This
we have to do
is
this
a
a lot
visual.
more.
I mean,
now.
Determination.
Roll future poems. We can
Determination.
either roll d10s, or we can just go with what we kind of want to pick.
determination. What is this?
And have fun with
Undertale?
the poems.
Just- Determination. Hell yeah. I'm filled with determination.
Determination.
I'm filled with the determ.
It's not anything filling.
I'm determining.
Vivacious.
Yeah, big words.
Vivacious.
Oh yeah, it is
Vivacious.
absolutely vivacious. Yeah.
Ooh.
I think
Agonizing.
secretive or eternity. I think is
Oh.
hers.
I was gonna say essence because
I was
I
gonna
don't
say
know.
agonizing. Oh, ooh.
Oh, that works too.
Tenacious.
Probably sensation.
Yeah,
Oh.
I think so.
Probably, actually,
Yeah.
Marshmallow.
Analysis.
Analysis? That would make sense. Death.
It'll absolutely be death. Yeah. Oh, hang on. Maybe
Nope.
it'll be Sayori. No, fuck, never mind. Hold on.
What's going
Yeah,
on?
Sayori's with that girl who's just like, you know, normal in the front. But it's like, oh, here's my favorite movie. It's just, you know, Grindhouse.
My baby.
Graveyard, I think. Oh, okay. Disaster? No, maybe. I think disaster might be it. Oh, covet. Covet will probably be it. Covet's like
Covet, probably.
Covet.
fancy. Yeah, there you go.
Contamination.
Contamination.
She likes fantasy too.
Yeah, that's true. She
Oh,
does
that's
like
right.
fantasy
Yeah,
stuff.
we can do fantasy. Yeah,
No,
there
it
we
was-
go.
Oh, never mind. That was
never mind.
Ugh.
Natsuki. And
Variant?
Frightening.
Ooh.
Yeah, scary.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yay!
Yeah, we have to do that a lot, unfortunately.
It's fine. It's fun.
Yeah.
Sorry, 1 second here. Okay, my bad. Alright, another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. Gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple days. Entered the club room, the usual scene greets me.
Hi, Protag.
Yo, Siort! It's like you're in a good mood today.
I'm just still not used to being in the club, that's all.
Oh. It's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway.
Speaking of which,
Did you just call her simple?
Rude, Jesus.
I'm
Simple.
kind of hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack?
Nah.
Wow.
That's not like you at all.
I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Siori?
Why that all of a sudden?
She wanted him to pay.
I mean, no reason, really. Just want to look at it. You know, take a look, glance. Siori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. Then she turns upside down and lets its components spill onto the desk. Like 2 small coins fall out.
Oh, oops.
I knew it. You can see right through you, Siori.
That's not fair.
How did you even know? Oh, no, it's you.
How did you even know?
It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming to the club room. Either you're not hungry and want an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing.
But
You're
there's just
always
one more
hungry.
thing.
Oh.
So it leaves the one option.
Columboed.
I give up. Don't make me feel guilty.
If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty.
What?
Oh, she's
Yuri, don't laugh at you,
Reset
weird
her.
fucker.
Yuri, please.
Yuri suddenly giggles. Huh? Didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her book, as always.
Stop listening to us, nerd, eavesdropper.
Shut up over there, flat chest. I wasn't listening to anything. It was just something in my book.
Yuri. Tell Protag to let me borrow some money.
Oh my god.
Whoa, what the fuck?
That's... Don't get me involved with this, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford.
Shut up, square.
Excuse me, one moment. Come here.
He's going
The dog's like, stop it!
No, not the dog. No, please. Don't turn into a dog.
Sorry about that. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough as retribution.
But I'm hungry.
Ah,
Starve.
did I just... I didn't mean it. I got too absorbed into my book. Oh.
I really like it when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen very much, but it's a fun side of you.
That's... There's no way you could think of that.
You were right, though. I did something bad, and now I have to accept the revolution.
What? Jesus.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Retribution.
That!
Still, coming from you, Sayuri. I guess there's a little devil inside of us, inside of all of us, isn't there?
Looks at camera.
Told you. They pay demons to hold their skirts up.
They do. They do. Snaps.
Yeah, don't let her fool you. Sarah knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me.
But
You're just on blast today.
you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them.
It was
Holy
all
shit,
a
she's
setup.
70 chess.
She's literally mega IQ.
Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk.
I am so good at saying the lines before they happen. Ow. What was... Eh? A cookie! I love cookies!
Sayori nods, a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around.
Is this a miracle? It's because I paid my restitution!
Retribution.
Actually, that one almost worked.
I was just going to give it to you, but then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction, though.
Natsuki! That's so nice of you! I'm so happy.
Oh, she's
Sayori
so happy to get
hugs
hit in the
cookie.
face.
She hugs it.
Here, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite.
So good.
Sayori suddenly clasps her hands over her mouth.
I bit my tongue!
Oh, no. Oh, I'm sorry. That sucks. You're going through a lot over just over one cookie.
Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie.
Oh, yours looks really good too, Natsuki.
Hey. No.
Can I try it?
No. Jeez. Beggars can't be choosers.
Please, yours is chocolate.
Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Shit, I hate raisins.
Can you give me the fucking one with raisins? Fine.
Yeah, damn straight I
like
did. I hate
raisins.
raisins. Ugh.
I love raisin cookies.
Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me.
Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki and wraps her arms around her.
What? Jeez. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Still in hand, Natsuki reaches up
Oh.
and nudges Sayori and reaches up to nudge Sayori off of her.
No, this fool. This fool. No!
Sayori suddenly leans down to the line of Natsuki's cookie.
Hey!
Oh.
Did you seriously just do that?
Mouth full, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well.
Jeez. Such a kid sometimes. Monica! Can you tell Sayori? Eh?
Natsuki glances around. Monica isn't in the club room.
Ugh. Where's Monica anyway?
Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today?
Not me.
Yeah, I haven't either.
That's a bit unusual.
I hope she's okay.
Of course she's okay. She probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all.
Nah? You don't think she has a...
I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined.
I don't know. Foursome sounds fun.
That's true.
Excuse me?
Suddenly, the door swings open.
Sorry. I'm super sorry.
Ah, there you are.
I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything.
Nah? Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed.
Boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about?
Monica quizzically glances at me. Ah, never mind that. What held you up anyway?
Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time.
That makes no sense, though. You're lying to me. Usoda.
Jesus.
You would have heard the bell ring at least.
I must have not heard it since I was practicing piano.
God damn, how loud's your piano?
Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica.
I don't really. I kind of just started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano.
That's so cool! You should play something for us, Monica.
That's...
Monica looks at me.
Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will.
Yay!
It sounds cool. I also look forward to it.
Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Protag.
Monica smiles
demons.
sweetly.
Yeah, demon.
I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that.
Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently. And I'd really love the chance to share something. Share once I'm ready.
I see. In that case, best of luck.
Thanks. So, I didn't miss anything, did I?
Nah, not really. I chose to leave out Sierra's mischievous escape. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. Or escapade, my bad. It looks like everyone has already settled down. Sierra somehow already finished her entire cookie. She reached back to her book, and Natsuki disappeared into the closet.
It's where I belong.
Lock it. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. At the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It's like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Ah, crap. She knows me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and her eyes meet for a split second. That only makes her hide her face, but that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable.
Oh. It's fine. I was just focused, and then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so...
That's the book you gave me, right?
Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason.
Just curious. How come you have 2 copies of the same book?
Oh, God.
Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean... I just happened to buy 2 of them.
Ah, I see. It's really fairly obvious here that Yuri is telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon.
I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story.
That's so. What's it about anyway?
Well...
Well, you could read it. Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait to Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover.
Alright. I just wanted to make sure I didn't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost young sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying the most of her relationships and her life starts falling apart.
Oh, sounds like someone I know.
It's kind
Excuse you?
It's kind of dark, isn't it? I mean, it sounded like it was going to be a nice story, and so that dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden.
You're not a fan of this sort of thing, Protag?
No, it's not that. I mean, I could definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry.
I hope so.
Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and recluse on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different.
It's just those kinds of stories. They challenge you to look at a life in a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goal and their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be naive. They're made out to be the naive one for letting their own one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry.
Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything.
Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much.
I really don't think you should need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. At least I can do is listen. It's a literature club, after all.
Well, that's true.
In fact, might as well get started reading it, right?
You don't have to.
What are you saying? Just a moment ago, you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. Quickly retrieve the book that I put into my bag. All right, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's.
Yeah.
You sure? You seem a little apprehensive.
I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading with company. Sorry, reading in the company with someone.
I see. Well, just don't end up distracting you or anything.
Alright.
Open the book and start the prologue. I don't understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I could feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. Not a particularly bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's at the corner of my eye, and I realize she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. Looks like she's reading from my book instead.
Sorry. I was just...
Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you?
I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean...
Yeah. Yeah, here, this should work, right? I slide my desk up until it's against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them.
I suppose so.
Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm's in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page.
Here.
Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger.
Oh.
Do the same with my right arm and on the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. Actually, kind of distracting me. As if I could feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision.
Are you ready?
Wow. Wow.
Turn the page.
Yeah, definitely, 100%, yeah. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. It's already Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her.
That's okay. You're not used to reading, right?
You're kind of stupid, right?
I don't mean to be. I don't mind being patient if it takes you a little longer.
You don't really have a lot of experience, do you?
It's probably the least I can do. Since you've been so patient with me.
Yeah. Thanks.
Taking so much out of context.
We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gingerly letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri? Might be a silly thought, but main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit.
You think so? How does she?
Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses a lot of the things she always says and does. And she's afraid she'll do something wrong. Not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms.
I see.
You remain silent for a moment.
But Protag, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that.
But wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were so self-conscious about that sort of thing. Guess a more minute's kind of cute.
What are you saying all of a sudden?
Okay, everyone. I think it's about time that we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long.
Yuri exhales, spare from finishing her thought.
Is that alright, Yuri?
Like how Monica takes the power stance every fucking time. Is that alright? You alright with that?
Yeah.
Is that alright, Yuri?
You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this.
Yeah, it's not. It's fine.
Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright, I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it to you?
I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way.
In that case, I read a little more tonight. It'd be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know?
That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters on your own time.
What you got, Momo?
Sorry. I'm so sorry. I just imagine every time I see Monica, I imagine that need something from Skyrim. Need something?
I thought you
Have you heard of the high
you were
elves?
saying sorry. It sounded
Why
like you were
not?
actually like crying. I was like, oh my god, is Momo okay? And then you just fucking need something. I'm like, oh my fucking god.
Oh,
Need something?
God.
Just walking into a wall. Need something?
Need something?
Alright. I stand up. Make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag.
Need something?
Who should I show my poem to first? Alright. We can go
Daddy!
reverse order.
Daddy! Daddy!
You want to go reverse order or just do Yuri first?
Well, we wrote it for Yuri, didn't we?
All right,
Yeah.
Yuri first then.
I feel like we should show it to Yuri.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see what you've written for today.
Yuri started the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it?
Protag, how did you pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing.
Maybe that's why. You did such a good job explaining how to do it. Really wanted to try to give it more imagery, you know? Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. Hand spaghetti.
I'm not used to this.
Used to what?
I don't know.
It's fine. Just take your time. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. Not that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer that patience to her.
Yeah. Just being appreciated like this, I guess. It probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone motivated by my writing, it makes me really happy.
Are you saying you've never shared your writing before? Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe it.
I really only write for myself. And besides, people would just laugh at me.
You really think that? Again, Yuri nods. Huh. You and your close friends?
I don't have friends.
Oh,
wait, I didn't expect to be right. Oh, baby.
Oh, why are all the girls in this club so friendless?
Yeah, well, because they're in fucking literature club.
Oh yeah, good point actually. Yeah,
Wow.
fucking nerds. Nerds. Go read a book, nerd.
Oh, toxic.
Hey, why don't you
Mom
write a
doesn't
poem about how I
respond to
bullied you, idiot?
Jesus. Like, I wonder why. Anyway, it's like I rescind that. So I remember through high school, I had I remember having like a pocket or whatever, and I always put a book in there or whatever, because every single time at the end of everything, I would finish stuff early. Like, all right, cool, we're gonna read more Chronicles of Pern, fuck yeah, and go through all that shit. Anyway.
Wait, when you say a pocket, like in your pants, or like?
What?
No, I had a side pocket and everything.
Side pocket? What's?
Yeah, like on your pants. Like it's
it was on your
cargo
pants.
shorts or
Okay,
whatever.
right,
Yeah.
gotcha. Yeah, gotcha.
Because I didn't have like a backpack or anything, and I always had to carry all the other stuff. So, but I always had it there because it's like it was convenient. But every single chance I got, it's like, okay, I want to read through this stuff. Okay, now do you want to share the poem you wrote today?
Yeah, I do. If it's with you.
Oh.
The raccoon. It happened in the dead of the night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by this.
Sorry. I'm sorry, that's just a really funny line.
She just wanted bread, man.
It's a guilty snack.
Just a
Here I am,
snack.
4 a.m. chopping some bread. Ah, yes, I am making a sandwich.
My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences. Well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity. The raccoon, an urge. The moon inseminates its...
Let me
Oh,
cheer.
yes,
There
thank
you
you.
Thank you. The moon inseminates its phase and reflects that much more light off my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. The slice of bread, fresh and soft, the raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. I could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cunning knife, the raccoon shows more excitement. A rush of blood. Classic
Pavlovian.
Pavlonian.
Classic Pavlonian conditioning. I slice the bread, and I feed myself again.
Did she eat the raccoon?
Yep.
What?
I was telling ya,
Fan
guilty
that
snack.
bitch up.
Nice raccoon sandwich.
Wait.
Yeah.
She ate a raccoon?
Yep.
Oh,
What?
cool.
What? What the fuck is her problem?
She got hangry.
Sorry, Snuffy.
She's dead.
Snuffy's dead.
Oh, I just bought a hoodie. Actually, that hoodie looks so fucking cool. I
That
can't
hoodie
wait for
is
that to get
sick.
made. Yeah.
I was a little more daring with this one more than yesterday's.
I can see that. A lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about.
That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style. Using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them.
Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean.
Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me indulging in my more unusual hobbies. It's those sort of things I am usually forced to keep to myself. So sometimes I enjoy writing about them.
Why do you keep them to yourself?
Because
Because I make sandwiches out of raccoons.
they're embarrassing
Ah.
and people make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that, Protag?
Well, yeah.
No
I
one makes
guess
fun
I
of
do.
me.
Well, you-
I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do is respect each other and our individualities. Even if it's difficult sometimes, and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I had to learn to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now. But I'm glad you were a good listener.
You should show my poem to next. Let's do. We got the previous one, Ziori.
Ooh. I like this one, Protag. It has some nice feelings in it.
Ah, I'm glad. Does that mean it's better than yesterday's?
Let me think. I don't know. I guess I like them both.
Not very helpful, you know.
Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad. But that's why I just go by my heart. If it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem.
I'm sure that's exactly how it works, but then again, I'm conveying feelings but I guess conveying feelings is a pretty important part of this whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't know what kind of writing you like in the first place.
Yeah! Me neither!
Why don't you at least try giving it some thought?
You want to write something for me? That's so sweet!
Yeah, right. You're always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point.
Well... I don't really know what you mean, but I'll try to keep it in mind.
Her face.
She's just so fucking like, oh, what?
Oh.
Oh, what the hell? No. Huh?
Well, whatever.
Anyways, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes a little bit of both. There's a word for that, right?
Bittersweet.
What's the word I'm looking for? Shut the fuck up! Bittersweet! That was
I like
my
bittersweet a
line,
lot.
fucking flat-chested.
Fuck you. I
whore.
like.
Yeah!
I wasn't even doing her voice. You're just calling Remy flat-chested.
Yeah, Remy, you're flat-chested and a
I have
whore.
pecs, please. I swear. Stop calling them flat. Stop calling them flat.
Boobs!
No! Just because I can't flex like Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Can you
One
make
day
your
you
pecs
join-
bounce, Remy?
No.
One day you too will join the
no.
pillowy chesty club.
I like things that are happy and things that are sad.
Happy and sad. I can't see you liking anything sad, Siri.
Well, I like happy the most, but I'm also super depressed and I cut myself. Sometimes when you have a little rain cloud on your head, sorry.
Oh, okay.
The things she jumps about are like depression and sadness. So like,
Yay, depression. Yeah, she does.
yay, depression! A sad poem can help give the little rain cloud a hug.
That is an amazing way to say I'm gonna cry like crazy when I read a sad poem.
And make a
I
nice
like that.
happy rainbow while I cry in my bedroom alone.
That's like a really good poem. Like, damn, nice
Yeah.
work there, Sarah.
Very-
You said something smart for once.
Yeah, it's not
You
especially
fucking idiot.
poetic.
It is? Huh? Maybe I'm getting better at expressing my feelings after all. Thanks, bro tag. I should go write that down then. Can you read my poem now? Okay. Bottles. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's a secret place where I keep all of my dreams. Like balls of sunshine all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly. But there's no time to waste. I put in a bottle to keep it safe. And I put the bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, in bottles, all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends. Each bottle is starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friends feel like a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go, like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off of my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time has elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally, all done, I open up and all my friends come in. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf one after another, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But then, every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, and shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something. But all I hear is echo, 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 echo inside of my head.
Aww.
Fuck!
She's schizophrenic! What the fuck? Is
You
she
wrote about breakfast
schizophrenic?
yesterday.
This is too close. Schizophrenia runs on both sides of my family. This is way too close to home. Why
Oh,
am
no.
I am
Oh,
literally
no.
this person. This is me.
Lauren, you're not in Discord. We're not here, Lauren.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
You guys are
Stop, don't do that to
you're
her.
friends. You're my friends in my head. Echo, echo, echo. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts.
Lauren, we really like you and respect you. You're doing great.
Thanks, Remy.
This is definitely not your head just saying that. What?
Do, 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 do.
You're not streaming. Chat isn't even here. Where am I?
We're
Who
all
are
here.
you people?
It's that fucking meme. Is this chat in the room with us right now?
Hello,
Oh my god. good.
Jesus. Sarah, did you really write this?
Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was gonna write the best poem ever?
Yeah, but okay, I need you to call me at night. I need to, I mean, I didn't expect something like this coming from you.
Monica taught me a whole lot. And I've been really in touch with my feelings recently.
See that? It's kind of creepy.
Creepy?
No, she got another bottle. Well, not exactly. And because I'm so used to you being cheerful. Well, never mind. Thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it.
Thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic.
Getting pretty passionate about this, huh? Hope you keep it up.
Yeah. Writing's the best. I'm gonna go keep writing until I die.
Don't get ahead of yourself. Sierra's always had a bad habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it more than a week later. I wonder if this is one of those times. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Should I show my poem to next? We're gonna do Natsuki next.
Natsuki. Okay. Ha! I liked your last one better.
Well, fine, bitch. Just
This
take
one-
your shit and go.
This one was for Yuri. You went and talked to her first. And...
Really? Oh yeah, we hung
Yeah.
out without you.
Well, yeah, I can tell you're a little more daring with this one. But you're really not good enough for it yet. It fell flat. Flatter than me.
It may be true, but I just wanted to try something different. Still figuring this all out.
I mean, I always like poems that aren't trying too hard. I hate when people try to sound fancy or add more meaning just by using annoying and complicated language. Just make it simple, cute, and to the point. Like me. Yuri's all head over heels for this cryptic nonsense, but I see right through that BS. Ha!
What was that, bitch?
Not your turn. Get back in your lane. Making a reader look so hard for all this deep meaning is just an excuse to have no meaning at all. Damn, nice.
I guess that's one way to look at it.
Well, everyone has their own opinion, but they're wrong. But my opinion is the best opinion! I'm sure you figured that out already.
Uh-huh.
Damn, I like her. Anyway, here's my poem. It's better than yours. Maybe you'll learn something. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Yuri, Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her anymore. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers.
Fuck.
And I'm gonna tell everyone.
What the fuck?
dude?
Not bad, right?
Oh, Jesus, poor Amy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Amy
lifting up.
was absolutely a real person. Yeah, I was definitely not referring to someone else.
Fucking savage.
I bet she just Proteus is picking up a phone. It's like, yeah, I just need to send a text. He's like, help me.
I mean,
He's like,
if I
"Mom,
was
pick
in
me up."
Australia, I would also hate the spiders there, so I can't really complain.
I was in the McDonald's drive-through the other day when I was coming over, like moving house and everything, and I was parked up, getting my food, and I look at my front windscreen, and a spider just crawls up up the front of my car onto my windscreen and sits there on the front, right where I look out. And
How big
so
was
I
it?
was like talking. It was a big one. It was like a fat huntsman, and I was like talking.
How big is a big one in Australia?
Like the size of my palm, which is pretty big.
A big one here is like the size of a quarter.
So yeah, I was like talking to like the, I was like, oh hey,
no.
yeah, thanks for the food. Yeah, but there's a spider on the front, and she looks at it, and she's like fucking terrified. She's like, oh my god, ah. I'm just like, just give me my food, it'll be fine. She's like, do you want to close your window? I'm like, no, it's fine. He's on the front, and he climbed over to the left side. I only had to open my right window to get the food, and he was just hanging out in the front. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. He went and like hid down in the vents on the left side, and I just next time I yeah. Oh.
So you got a car now, right?
Nope.
Next time I went to use the car, I just fucking hosed it all down. I was like, all right, he'll be out by that point. It's fine. I just like that he waited until I'd driven into the Macca's to climb up the front of the car and be like,
The
sup, bro?
Macca's.
Yeah, the Macca's.
The Macca's.
Just sat there. Oh, don't worry, I hate spiders. Like, if he was in the car, I would have beaten the shit out of him. But he was outside of the car looking in,
Beating
so...
the shit out of it. You are
Hell
so
yeah.
Australian, it hurts. I love it.
I fucking... Dude, spiders... No, like, look,
I was in the
spiders,
Macca's and I beat up a spider.
If there is
the
a
size of my
spider in my
palm.
house, all right, he needs to learn that is not his domain. It is my domain, and he dies. Like, ugh. The worst shit in the world is when you walk outside of your house and there's just like an orb spider's decided to make your front door just a trap. God, I hate orb spiders. They're the worst. Anyway, that's why I hate Amy.
All right. It's going to be longer than yesterday's.
Fuck Amy, man.
Fuck Australia.
Yeah.
Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was the best I could do.
No, of course not.
Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I fucking hate Amy. I don't have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies. It helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like, anyone would agree with the subject of this poem is that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk.
Do you know people like that?
Of course, it's about everyone thinks that that doesn't matter. It can be about anything.
Oh.
I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or, guilty pleasure, or maybe a dojinshi or two, and something that you're afraid if people find out, they'll make fun of you or think less of you. That just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes? As long as they're not hurting anyone, it makes them happy. Metamorphosis was a good read. People really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things.
Huh? That's funny. We wrote about something similar today.
Huh? Did you say Yuri?
Yeah. Said her poem was about an unusual hobby of hers. I didn't really get it, but she said something similar to you. People shouldn't make each other feel insecure about those things.
Really? That plagiarizing bitch. Well, I mean, Yuri's pretty weird, so I wouldn't doubt that she has some weird hobbies. Not there's anything wrong with that. Oh, it's not like I would judge her or anything, Baka.
Unsky has trouble finding words.
I guess I should try to not be so mean to her. If she feels insecure about her weird behaviors and stuff, maybe she should just be normal instead. I mean, I always hate people who make me feel insecure. Yuri made me feel very insecure yesterday. The way you put it, it sounds like she learned her lesson.
Well, I would say so. And if her writing style is really different, I'm sure she'll appreciate the message
Was-
of her poem.
Was her poem actually about that? I'm just trying to think, wasn't it about a raccoon?
It was about eating raccoons.
symbolic.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I get it's symbolic, but really the symbolism is that she has a weird hobby? Eating food at midnight?
I mean,
That's a hobby.
that would be taking a poem very literal if you use it as symbolism.
Yeah,
then
that's
raccoons
not-
would be
no,
with somebody.
I know, but it's like,
Yeah.
that is still that is a long shot of a connection. Even using
Yeah.
the dumb poem logic. That's a long shot. The
I
knife
mean-
fetish? I guess, yeah, that makes more sense.
I have a
Okay.
weird hobby of eating gerbils, so raccoons aren't.
I'm sorry?
too far off.
What? Excuse me? You want to elaborate?
What?
I'm joking.
No.
All right, we all perked the fuck up at that one. You got
no,
the room curious.
no,
Would you like to present to the class?
No.
It's
Just remembering South Park now.
What do you think I actually eat gerbils, you freak?
I mean, do-
What makes you
Capybaras
think that is not a
are
joke?
plum for their meat.
No.
I'm sorry, Laura. We're just giving you a hard time.
I
No.
was gonna say, what do you guys eat in your fucking free time that makes that?
I eat
Fox.
people. All right, I don't think.
Oh, well, that's not too bad.
Like conveying emotions is important. But I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. Whoa. I'm gonna write a good one for tomorrow, brother. So look forward to it.
Brother.
Oh, jeez. What?
Brother.
What?
All right, Monica.
Do you know that hamsters
Monica.
taste like ham?
Oh, hi again, Protag. How's the writing going?
All right, I guess.
I'll take that.
Like it's forceful. just he just pushes me over like mine.
Mine now.
As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece.
I would
This
count on
absolutely isn't a masterpiece.
You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today?
that. Sure. Here you go. I give my poem to Monica.
All right. Great job, Protag. I was going, oh, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you.
It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That's that way. It always counts when I put in some effort.
That's not very fair. I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism.
Imagery.
Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively. Both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked, though.
I'm sure I'm nowhere near her.
Oh, that's you. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
I hate that all the names are pink. I just wanted to, like,
it's hard to differentiate.
change their
No, it's
name
fine.
colors.
I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet.
Don't worry. So much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too.
All right, let's take a look.
Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue. An endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms. Squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Load me.
Yeah, I think I got it here. You're fucking crazy. Even more abstract than your
Who the
last
fuck
one,
puts a pizza crust on vinyl?
Yeah, what the fuck does that mean?
I guess it's just the way I write.
I guess you were
You're not
hungry on
quirky,
this one,
you're
Monica. I get hungry when I write poems too. It's okay.
Honey, the pizza crust on the vinyl is molding again. We're gonna need more
Sorry
pizza
if you don't
crust.
like it.
Yeah, I did say that. It's just a kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess.
I kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise.
I see. Still hard for me to tell what's it about, though.
Sometimes asking what a poem about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway. Here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind.
Monica, it's 2 on the nose.
Or when something unexpected may happen.
Okay, Monica.
Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I even talking about?
Zoran, save the game.
That's my
Sorry.
advice for today.
Should I?
Zoran, save the game.
Save the game.
Save the game.
Save the game.
Save the game, Zoran.
Save the game.
Save the game, Zoran.
Save the game.
Save the game.
Save the game.
Zoran.
We already have an all save.
Save the game.
My dog
game.
wants you to save, damn it.
Mm-hmm. Alright, we're good.
Right.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.
What? Did she know?
Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come and sit at the front of the room.
Is this about the festival?
Well, sort of.
No. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We're just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. Uzu.
Sorry, dog.
That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well at the last minute preparations.
Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event.
Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't actually tell us what we're going to be doing for the event.
Sorry. I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing.
Performing?
Monica.
Yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori's putting it all on the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time.
Sayori, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see.
Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting up those posters, did you?
Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea?
Oh, no. It's not a bad idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know. There's no way I'm going to be performing in front of a whole group of people like that.
I agree with Natsuki.
That's rare.
I can never in my life do something like that.
Managing it, Yuri shakes her head in fear.
Guys.
No, Sayori.
Power pose.
I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until a couple days ago. It's a lot. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that. So I'm sorry. But I still think that we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature's all about.
Yeah! It's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself,
That's called
finding new
masturbation.
horizons and ways to masturbate, and having fun.
That's right.
Just complete a grill.
And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today.
Yeah!
Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it.
That's key. Yuri remains silent. Sorry, it looks worried.
I mean,
guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Tiari and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. Least we can do is help them out a little bit.
Well, maybe, but...
It looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left.
Oh. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with.
All right.
Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri?
Yuri dejectedly glances around everyone else's expectant faces.
I guess I don't really have a choice.
That's everyone! You're the best, Yuri.
This club is seriously going to be the death of me.
Looks at camera.
Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other.
No way.
Monica, this is too sudden.
Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, then how do you expect to do it in front of strangers?
Oh no.
Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable.
Can I go next?
Of course.
Yay!
Now, let's see.
Monica flips through her notebook to the specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium.
The title of this poem is The Way They Fly.
Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Boy, is it just magical to hear. So wonderful and so amazing. The words clear in my mind. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica, hearing the beautiful rhymes and reasons. Terry looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. And then some fucking bitch starts walking. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Someone gets related. Yeah! 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 Woo! Monica takes a breath and smiles.
That was so good, Monica!
Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Tiari?
I'll go next.
Cutting in line.
Yuri's fired up all of a sudden.
Yuri clenches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium.
This poem is called...
Yuri anxiously glances at each of us.
Or
Ah, sorry. You can do it, Yuri. I'm not on the screen. It doesn't. What?
It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye.
Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Hey, why is he suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns into its structure. That you enunciate with perfect timing. You wanna take a fucking time out, bitch? Like, okay. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances
Back to
around
reality.
her. She's bewildered, even herself. It's up to me to save the situation. The first to start applauding. Yeah! Woo! Everyone joins me afterward. We give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back into her seat.
Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing.
Just like Yuri is down for the count.
Okay. I guess I'm next then.
Yuri hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks up to the podium.
This one's called My Meadow. Sorry, I giggled.
Yuri.
You're talking about her vagina. That's
It's
what,
a lot
that's
harder
what it's
than I
about.
thought.
That's what it's about.
No.
I was told that's what it's about.
what?
Told what it's about?
Read your poem. Read your poem, Sayori.
Her meadow.
Read your fucking perverted little poem.
What do you mean?
Momo! You're judging before you can even speak.
You said it on the
I wasn't expecting it to be so hard.
Him.
I see, Lauren.
Wow. Really leaning into that one, huh?
How did you guys do it so easily?
He is social lubricant.
Try not to think of it
Alcohol.
like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror. Or in your own head. It's your
Yeah, and then you just
poem,
won't say the words, and you'll just assume that everyone's ignoring
so
you.
it'll come out the best that way.
I see. Okay then.
So Yuri begins her poem. The male feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes, and we applaud.
I did it!
Good job, Sayori.
Even Pro Tag liked it. I guess that's a good sign.
What does that even mean?
It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. But it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery.
I don't really understand.
In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them. Depending on what you're reading.
Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do in front of everyone.
Oh.
Oh, fucking Louis, bye.
You doing okay?
Mama's
next
taking us
time-
all the wrong way.
I'm going to
Mama,
make
you
a
alright?
poem that challenges you a little more.
Oh.
We don't
Oh.
have much time before the festival, you know.
Okay.
Now, who's next? Natsuki?
No. Don't make me go before Protag. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. I just want to let Protag lower everyone's standards a little before I have to do it.
Wow.
Jesus Christ, what the fuck?
Natsuki?
Shut up, bitch. He wrote a poem for Yuri.
Whore, shut the hell up.
He wrote a
It's fine.
poem for
It's
Yuri, not for me.
Might as well get it over with. It's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I just had to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone
This is
has
just
their eyes on me.
like death, sadness, horror, creepy.
Climax.
Climax, cookies, milk, orgasms. And everyone's just like, yeah! Just like super impressed.
That was the shit!
Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. So I'm not exactly confident in my own writing. It's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not really good as everyone else.
Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though.
Yeah, maybe.
All right, then. That just leaves you, Natsuki.
Yeah. I'm going.
Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium.
The poem is called... It's called... Why are you all looking at me?
Because you're presenting.
Anyway, the poem is called Jump. That's what I think Yuri should do.
What the hell did you just say, you
Jesus.
black-chested little child?
Natsuki takes a breath. When she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears. While she's still a little enthused, her poem has a rhythm and a rhyme to it.
My
That's his trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud.
cat
But
died.
it also sounds like there's a dead fucking animal just somewhere in the closet, and we don't know where it's originating from. It seems to be very feral. The entire classroom takes out a shotgun and begins firing at the animal.
Have you guys
Firing
seen
at the animal.
Have you guys seen the Whitest Kids You Know sketch, which is it's like louder and with your mouth more open?
Yes!
It's like that.
The words feel like they bounce up and down, as if as he finishes and everyone applauds. Yay. She hops back to her seat.
That wasn't so bad, was it?
Easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again.
Well... Do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people?
I mean, doing it in front of other people would be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing.
Yeah, that's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me.
Well, that's just how it is, so...
Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming, though. Or coming through.
Same thing.
Coming.
It
You've
might
got
be
Sayori's
hard,
poem still on the mind.
but I hope that you'll all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem. You'll get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting.
Jeez. Really find some other poem to recite instead.
That's fine too.
Let me start Googling a whole bunch.
It doesn't have to be your own.
Perfect.
I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. It makes
The
me
demons.
really happy.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival is coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day.
I can't wait!
I can do this. I can do this.
All right. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club and impressing Monica, then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go,
Ready.
Sayori?
Yep.
Remy?
Remy.
Remy died.
He's taking the piss.
Remy's dead. Oh, he's peeing. He's peeing.
Oh.
Remy!
He's
I
peeing.
wonder if he has wireless headphones and he can hear us.
Okay.
He's peeing.
Remy.
I said pee. How's that
He's-
pee,
how's it
Remy?
going?
He's taking the fucking
said pee.
Having
wee.
fun in there. Don't fall in, Remy. Be careful.
If he falls in, he's like
He's,
gonna
he's just
fall
taking a
forward.
fucking whiz
Oh,
right
you're gonna
now.
get
He's just
stuck,
whizzing.
Remy.
Remember not to
Remy!
drink it like last time.
Yes, Remy. No.
Remy!
Go, Remy! Go, Remy! Go!
Hey,
Go,
hey,
Remy. Go,
hey,
Remy. You
hey.
can do it. Yes, you
What?
can.
what are you doing?
We're cheering you on.
Why?
Cheering you on.
We're cheering on your pee.
Yeah, we're making sure you had a nice, healthy pee.
I'm a little dehydrated. I need a bit more water.
Yeah.
Look at you two, always going home together like that. Shut up.
Kind of adorable, isn't it?
Jeez, guys. Why such a big deal out of it?
It must be nice, though.
Well, how am I supposed to respond to that?
It's okay, Protag. You don't have to say it.
Whatever. Let's go already. I won't come with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayori is being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori?
Nuts.
Hmm?
I'm sorry, I was spacing out. I actually was spacing out in real life. Yeah, sorry, I was spacing.
Yeah, no wonder.
I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to.
Sayori fumbles with her words.
Let's just say that one day, Yuri asked to walk home with you.
Huh? But
What would you do?
Oh, sorry.
What we get? What would Sayori
Yeah, what
do?
would you do, Sayori? Good question.
I'd start throwing hands.
What kind of question is that? Kind of putting me on the spot here. What would we do?
You can't do that to the girl.
What would we
Tell-
do, guys?
Save.
Walk home with
You
her.
save.
Well,
Walk home
yeah, that's
with
her, but which her?
Walk
which
home
her?
with Sayori.
Oh, yeah.
Sayori.
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 All right, there's two Sayoris. Lauren?
I'm biased. I play Sayori.
Okay, Sayori, Momo?
I don't give a fuck.
All right, Sayori.
Yuri's
Sayori.
like quiet and shy, and I don't like my women quiet and shy.
Ooh,
You like him loud?
I like them
Screamers?
loud and dominating.
like my.
Shut up, bottom.
What? Why are you telling me to shut up?
Just say shut up, bottom.
Yes.
I did, yes.
Mm.
I'm not a bottom, okay?
Sorry, I'm just gonna
Okay, all
I'm
right,
not
sure,
a bottom.
thanks.
enjoy that.
I'm not a bottom, okay?
All of this. No,
Mhm.
you're not.
Mm-hmm. Read your lines, Oren.
Sayori,
So if a
I'm
beautiful woman pushed you up against the wall, you wouldn't like it.
I'm not a bottom.
She'll never admit it.
Okay, that's fine.
just move on.
I
really
understand.
think I would. You really think I would ditch you for Yuri?
But she's so beautiful and smart.
Jeez.
I already hate
I
this
see you in the
timeline.
club every day.
Fucking Monica like hiding behind a bush, just like
Momo. She's so cute.
Momo's prettier and cuter than me. Oh.
Leave her alone.
I hate that.
You telling me you don't like a girl with insecurities that you can exploit? No.
You know what? I relate to Sayuri, alright?
Guys, you already seem to really like going home together. Wouldn't just ruin that for you.
You're so silly, Protag. You think about me too much sometimes. Yuri would deserve it if she wanted to, so...
Yuri, I already made up my mind. Really can't figure out sometimes.
I'm sorry.
Besides, what's the point in speculating something that's never gonna happen? The conversation trails off. It's kind of a weird for Sayuri to care so much about. Weird? Okay. But I want to respect her and keep her happy too. Then again, the festival is only a few days away. But who knows what will happen at that time? Who knows indeed?
Who knows?
Alrighty.
I think we can
Yeah,
save it here.
Cool.
Yay! I have more cleaning to do.
That was so fun! I love this VN! I'm so excited!
I also commissioned Liz for my piece. I'm excited.
No,
Oh, shit,
I
nice.
commissioned
No,
Liz.
I commissioned Liz first.
Because
I
they
sent
accepted my
over-
commission at
Yeah.
7, okay?
I gave her.
Seven.
I gave him the money. I gave him the money.
We'll see you
Yeah,
again
that's
next
right.
week.
Bullshit.
Thursday,
I gave him the money.
American Wednesday.
I
season
got the
Wednesday.
PayPal receipt. I got the
We're all back
PayPal
now at
receipt.
least.
This is kind of
and,
bullshit. Like, why
it'll be
hasn't
good to see you
he
guys,
responded
each
to my
week as
want
this
of
great
commission?
group of friends decide to play through games. Oh, you guys are done?
Fuck up, Rumi.
Remy!
Make me.
I will put on spiky pants and spit on you.
I grab you by the head.
Do you want me to say the line that made you laugh last time?
I will do it, and then Uzu will do it as well.
I'ma do it.
What
I'll do it.
I'll
do it.
You want to be a part of whatever.
I am home alone for the weekend. I will do it.
Lauren, a part of sitting on Remy.
Wait, we're sitting on Remy? Okay.
Oh my god. Remy would die. Dude, if I sit on Remy, it's all over. He'll die.
Well,
His lungs will collapse.
Just like try the
and
legs
with
at least.
that-
I'll be
Shut
paralyzed, but you know, at least I can still crawl around.
It's just a dead drop.
Whoa.
Not instant death.
Pile driver.
Give him the people's elbow.
The 619.
Oh my god. Alright, I'm gonna wrap my stream before you guys harass me any further. My chat doesn't need to see this.
Okay, sure they do. Sure they do. From the top rope.
Okay, good night, guys. It was good to be in with you.
Zoran, thank you as always. We love you for hosting the thing with
Yeah, thank
parsecs
you,
and
Zoran.
whatnot. Thank you, Zoran.
Yeah, no problem.
I love you.
Yay! I will
I punch you in the arm.
Ah, the fuck? It's fucked up.
Okay, I gotta go, RP. So good night, guys.
Alright, see you later, Lauren.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night,
So
everybody.
same bat time, same bat channel next week.
Yeah, is anybody gonna still be streaming?
Sure. Oh, I'll be streaming. Yeah. Oh, sorry. You meant today. No.
Yes!
Sorry, not today. Yep. Oh, good. Sorry.
I don't know if you want to play the
you still
Ascent
gonna
after
be
this.
streaming? My mouth.
Shut the hell up, my mouth. No, I haven't set the raid yet.
Remy.
Stop.
Remy. Me.
I'm setting the radar so I don't have to hear this anymore.
Remy, are any of the boys streaming?
Sam is streaming. Oh wait, is Sam streaming? Ginger's doing. I'm just hosting Ginger. I'm trying to see if. No, Sam isn't streaming, so I don't know.
Okay. I'll try to find Ginger's thing. Yeah, but no, thanks everyone for coming to play. I really missed hanging out with everybody.
Yes, of course.
Someone will leave so I can hear things again.
Oh, does she do? She does YouTube, doesn't she?
One moment.
Sorry, hang on. Give me a sec. Sorry, just 1 sec.
Okay, it's okay. Okay, regardless of that, I'm gonna close things down. Anyway, you guys have been badass. Thank you. Love you all very much, and I hope we get to do this next week.
Cheers, man. Sorry, I'm just trying to do 2 things at once here. Sorry.
I just realized they were muted, and I just was talking to myself.
It's fine, bro. I heard you.
Thanks, man. All right, chat. I'm gonna close things up. Before I go, I want to thank everybody who subscribed and everything. I'm trying to do better at it because these streams are really hard to say thank you to people who subscribe and give bits and stuff like that. You're not gonna see my character move because I'm muted in Discord, and that's how it activates. First off, thank you, Ferric VR, for your subscribe. Thank you all very, very much. Thank you, Gen Cat, for your subscribe. Thank you very, very, very much. And also thank you everyone for following, by the way. You guys have been super generous with your time and supporting the channel. So thank you very much for that. Thank you, Aldiran, for your subscribe. I gotta go down for all the follow. Blizzard, thank you so much for your subscribe. Thank you so much for chilling out with me. Thank you again, Heathen History, for your additional 100 bitterroonies. And thank you so much for helping us get to the hype train and everything else. We hope you guys have been enjoying this, and I will catch you all next time. Love you all very much. Please be safe. Keep being awesome. Also, new emotes, brand new emotes. We've refreshed everything as everyone's doing salute, which thank you so much for using that. I hope you guys have liked the emotes. Skelly Bean did those. Also, I hope you guys enjoyed the artwork of ZoranChan or whatever. So, yeah. So I hope you guys enjoy the brand new emotes and everything else. Yeah, love you guys very, very much. And I will see you all next time. So long and farewell.